the hero to all Knicks fans. We all love Jalen Brunson.
Roommates with Josh Hart.
Right. It's a big show.
Huge show.
And he had Jim Dolan on. And, I mean, a lot of people really enjoyed it.
I like that you call him Jim.
Jim. Well, I saw the podcast. I got familiar with him after watching the pod.
James to the businessmen.
Sure, but Jim, because to the roommates. I'm one of the roommates. I feel like I'm one of the roommates. I'm just sitting in on a conversation with the roommates and Jim Dolan all hanging out. And I think a lot of people did like it, because right after that pod came out, McClure called. And he was like, I mean, it might be not the worst idea to have some of your boss, having your boss on the show. It's good right now.
Well, it looks like bosses on podcasts are really good.
Yeah, he tried to get himself. I said, "Are you trying to get yourself booked?" No. I mean, whatever you think. I was like, okay, we'll see what's on the schedule. Oh, no, I have the schedule. I have the schedule right here. I have a copy of it. But it did feel a little. There were two things that felt a little inauthentic, rang a little inauthentic to me.
Go ahead.
One was I'm very sensitive to put on casual nature. Like when someone is being casual but feels anything but casual, like they're acting. You know what I mean? They've I don't know if they've studied charisma on command YouTube videos or something, but they figure out what the perception of casual is, and they act in the perception of casual. And I feel like that was what Jimmy was doing, Jimmy Dolan, Like there was one moment where I guess the coach or whoever called.
Oh, yeah.
And Dolan was like, "You want me to pick up the phone? You want me to pick up the phone?" And they were like, "Yeah," And that's the other thing that I'll get to. Everybody having to be like, "Yeah, that's a funny idea." And he goes, he picks up, he goes, "Hi, I'm Jalen's representative." And they all know who it is, and everybody's got to kind of laugh along, and he's walking down this prank road where there's no punchline, there's no payoff. Like when you see these kids screaming in the stores, what's the payoff? Angry workers. The people working at the store getting upset. That's the payoff. When you start this like quote unquote prank call.
All friends.
Right. No, we're just being friendly. This is what friends do. I pick up the phone. It'd be like if somebody was calling Troy and I go, no, Troy, let me pick up the phone because we're friends and they'll expect to hear from you. And I go, hello, Troy's phone. Yeah, is Troy there? Yeah, hold on. That was good, right? It was a good prank. Troy's phone.
This isn't Troy.
Yeah, and then you guys all got to sit around the room going, "Good one, Sam. Got him again. Good one, Sam." I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Hey, I'm not the boss today, okay? We're just having a good time. Yeah, I mean, watch this.
Who's that, Tibbs? Oh, God.
This is becoming a frequent thing.
You want to say that?
Sure. There we go. Jalen Brunson's line. No, this is Jalen Brunson's line. This is a personal assistant, Jim Dolan, taking his call for him. Is there something I can tell him for you, Coach?
Taking his call for him.
I mean,
it's so like the literal, this is what I'm doing right now.
I'm just a regular guy like these guys.
You can see, and the moment is when he goes, sure. That's the feigned casual nature. You can see it if you really look at all the body language, all the immediate response. Yeah, sure, I'll pick it up. This is what just guys do, right? We're just guys being guys anyway.
We're just hanging out. Four friends. Right?
By the way, I think also if you watch this clip, my point is proven. Mike, what's Jim Dolan wearing that nobody else is wearing?
Ooh. He's inside. Got a cold That's totally different. It's totally different.
Jimmy's got a cold neck.
Yeah, what's he doing? What's he doing to cure the cold neck? What's the cure for what ails him?
Looks like he's got it wrapped in some sort of lengthy garment.
That's right. Jim Dolan and his casual, cool guy nature showed up in a scarf, which maybe does lend a little bit of credence to my scarf theories that have been debated by one particular member of this show.
I wear the scarves when it's cold. I didn't wear a scarf today. Not
Sure.
cold.
Sure.
And I certainly don't wear them inside.
No scarves in the
Big
spring?
Asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pick up your phone. I'm Jalen Brunson's assistant.
No.
And I'm picking up Jalen's phone.
It's me, Jim Dolan.
Yeah, I didn't even...
How you doing?
I'm fine. We're in the middle of a podcast, and that.
By the way, Josh Hart just on his phone couldn't care less.
No, he's texting, going, "Yeah, we're in the middle of a podcast.
Do this?
Good one, Jim. Nailed him again.
Nice teeth, though.
Jim Dolan's showing off those chompers.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Well, I paid a lot of money for him. I can't wait until I do it. I'm gonna get Jim Dolan teeth.
You keep threatening it.
I know, but wouldn't it be great if I showed up here? You'd love that, right?
I'd love if you showed up, fake teeth,
right?
Super tan.
Oh,
like unnaturally tan.
right, like hot dog tan.
Yeah.
Not like the guy, like an actual hot dog.
Yeah.
And
then you do a cycle of roids.
Oh, wouldn't
you really want him to cycle?
I've been talking about this for years. Like, I would love to see that. And you don't turn it down. You're not like, that's crazy. I would never do that.
Because it sounds fun.
Why don't you just give it a shot? See how it is.
The roids or the whole package?
The whole package.
The teeth would be first.
No, just do it all at once.
And just show up, like take a week off?
Yes.
We need to take 2 weeks off in August, and then I come back. And
got the time.
September, but I won't acknowledge it.
Don't acknowledge it.
And you're like, what did you do? And I'm like, what do you mean? I was out on vacation. You know, I mean, I was in Barbados. We went to Barbados. Like, enjoyed this. What do you mean? What did I do? We enjoyed the sun. Yeah. You know, what did you do? oh, okay.
And sometimes people that get new chompers, they talk a little weird. What
did you do?
Dolan on this.
Everything's fine. It's the same. I was at the beach with my family.
Same as it always was.
Sun sound.
Yeah, I mean, I might have put on a little weight while I was out there, you know, just eating a little more, but I've been working out, and I don't know. Let's see, 866-969-1969. Yeah, that's the only problem. I use my great broadcasting voice, so if the new chompers were to change the tonality or the tenor of my voice...
But you should just not acknowledge that that's what's happening and get angry when people say something to you.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah. I would do it.
You'd be the man.
I would be. Look how happy Jim Dolan looks.
He's sitting on a lot of money.
He's so happy.
But it's mainly because he knows when he smiles, nobody's going to have shit to say because they're going to go like, look at all those giant pearly whites right in a row.
I mean, they're going to say, what's up with that guy's teeth?
No. They're going to be like, what's up with that guy's teeth? They're so perfect.
They're too perfect.
It doesn't look natural.
No. But
stupid.
I feel like no. It's not stupid. I feel like there's like it's become an accessory. Like putting in fake teeth. It's almost like the same way you wear a watch.
It is not the
or a
way
necklace.
You wear a watch or a necklace.
Yes, it's an accessory. It's like there's no. I'm not
you think
trying.
He's like, oh, let me put on my scarf and teeth.
Yeah. I'm not trying to trick anybody. I want everybody to show to know how well I'm doing. Like, look at these big, giant white teeth. That's how you know. Like, you get to a certain place in life, and it's time for big, giant, pearly white teeth.
Man, I didn't see it that way.
Yeah, that's right. It's right. And, I mean, if you're not in that place in life, like if you haven't achieved a certain success...
Which I have not.
And you come in with the fake teeth, then it's like, oh... It's a little pathetic because you're trying to cover up. Okay. But if it's like, well, he has achieved a certain status in life... That is emblematic of the status that he's achieved. Good for him.
I like that being not natural is like a look.
It's a look. And you do it on purpose, you know? I mean, he's Botoxed to the gills.
What?
Old Jimmy?
He's tight.
There ain't one line in that forehead.
No.
He was going to Nicole's botulism Botox doctor. There is not one line. I think he's had the crow's feet taken out. You know, he's had a little pull, a little tug. On the old crow's feet, the side of the eyes there.
He does have some bags under his eyes. He could probably work on a little bit.
I think so, but you know, because if you don't do everything, it'll come back and collect in one place.
No, you're right.
I figured he was aging naturally.
Well, he is. This is
aside from the teeth.
This is how you age naturally when you have that much money.
And I really need to do a study to find out where I stand on the hairline.
What do you mean?
Whether it's natural or not. I mean, some people just have great hairlines. His hairline. And it's possible that it's natural.
They're getting so good these days.
But they are getting so good. That's why I do an analysis.
Yeah. It's hard to tell. It doesn't look like doll hair anymore.
No. But again, I mean, that's another thing. Like, people will show up just bald as shit. And then the next day, or they'll take a week off because they got to go to Turkey. They got to get the swollen penis head that you see on TikTok a lot.
Yeah.
And then the swelling goes down, and they have a full head of hair. And nobody says it. They're just like, yeah, this is my look now. I'm completely.
Or you just admit it, like Mateo. Like he's like, no, I got this done.
I got this done. How great does it look? And you go, I mean, it does look great.
It does look great.
Unless it doesn't, and then you're like, yeah, I got this done. And you're like, yeah, we can tell.
I don't think you should get it done anymore if it does. It's not going to look great. You got to spend the money.
You have to spend. It's like a tattoo. You don't find the deal.
Right.
That's what I tried to tell Nicole when she was like, no, I got this great deal on this Botox doctor. I go, that's a red flag. You never want a great deal on somebody that's injecting anything into your skull. You know, you don't want there are things that you don't want a great deal on.
You think she learned her lesson?
No.
You think she's looking for the next good deal?
100%. I think she just feels like she was betrayed, and she's one of these people that, you know, is going, well, the earth is against me. Not like I could just correct this mistake and learn a lesson. It's like, well, clearly there was nothing I could have changed about this interaction, and the universe was just working against me. I know what I'll do. I'll sage my apartment and act exactly the same.
Didn't you have like a punch card for that guy or something?
She was going all the time. She recommended every single one of her friends.
Right, that's what yeah.
I believe your wife and my wife were both recommended.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I'm glad somebody did not take her up on the offer.
Yeah. She would have botulism and wonky eyes. It's the last thing in the world you want is wonky eyes.
Good Lord.
Especially due to Nicole.
Oh, I'd be so mad.
I'd be so pissed.
Can you imagine looking at your wife and being like, you have wonky eyes because you listen to Nicole from the morning mashup?
Nicole Biggins.
Nicole Biggins. You took her advice and now you have wonky eyes. Like, I don't even know how to reasonably come to terms with this.
It's like a Mad Libs.
Right. And where'd you get this information? Nicole Biggins from the morning mashup. You mean from the 411? Yeah.
You mean from the Age Game?
You took medical advice from her. Well, it was a good deal.
I clearly remember the conversation that they had because she was like, it's so cheap.
Yeah. She tried to get Jeff Lewis to do it.
Yeah.
Everyone. And she wasn't even making a commission on it.
No.
Can you imagine getting like 15 people to go to a doctor? The doctor's making all this money. You're not even making your 5% on it?
There has to be something on the back end for her.
There's not. I mean, don't forget, she's not this.
She didn't get like a discount?
No, she's not savvy enough to realize like there's a I scratch your back, you scratch mine
Okay,
thing.
I brought in 2 people. Maybe I get a free
a little something.
treatment.
Something. Maybe a punch card situation.
Yeah.
Something.
Free sub.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But no, nothing. Nothing except a wonky eye. Wow. So Jim Dolan was and you could tell, like you said a minute ago, Travis, that the other players were like, okay, I mean,
it's so clear that he forced his way onto that show.
Guys, I was thinking I'd love to do your podcast sometime. Oh yeah, we should definitely do that. And then
Jalen Brunson was not like, you know who we should have on?
No. Because then their producer follows up with him like, Jim Dolan just called me.
Yeah, I think we have to do this.
He said he's coming today.
Yeah. Today?
Today, yeah. He said he wants to do prank calls. Yeah, let's hear a little more.
And now, since you called, I'm going to hang up and we're going to talk about you.
I would love to have that.
I can't wait to tell.
He's not even paying attention. Josh Hart is staring at his phone.
Josh Hart, I'm going to hang up and we're going to talk about you. Oh, I would love to have that.
Yeah. What is that? But the way Jim Dolan goes, and now we're going to hang up and I'm going to talk about you.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
Whatever.
Dude on the other end of the phone goes, no, don't do that. Oh, no.
Tell them what your favorite song is. Call them back later, okay?
I wonder what his favorite song is.
You ever hear of a song called I'm Only Happy When It Rains?
By the way, that is such the instance of like, the boss heard you do. Because I'm Only Happy When It Rains is a great song.
It's a banger.
It's awesome.
And if the coach of the Knicks actually likes garbage, that just makes him even cooler.
Way cooler. And you got to wonder if he's also into like Stupid Girl, if he's listening to the whole album. Like, I got so many questions just based on I'm Only Happy When It Rains.
Yeah, let's talk
He's
about
a musician, so he's probably
the coach of the Knicks is? Or Jim
No,
Dolan?
you're
the Dolan.
Dolan. Yeah. No, I mean, but it feels very much like at one point he heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he made fun of him for it. And then everybody else in the
you
room.
Like, I'm only happy when it rains.
And then everybody else in the room was like, haha, good one, boss. Good one, boss. And so he thinks that's a big joke. And then he brings it up on a podcast, which it's not like, there are like jokes that you make in the office that aren't like, it's whatever. But you wouldn't bring them onto a podcast because it's not that level. But this feels like
It's very Michael Scott.
very Michael Scott.
When he gives the interns nicknames based on celebrities that they only vaguely resemble, like Jet Li.
Right, exactly. And it's never going to exist outside of Michael Scott's office. Like, even when you get into, outside of Michael Scott's office, you're still in the building. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody's using these nicknames. You come up with other fun nicknames, like Plop and Dwight Jr. By the way, I was watching first season of White Lotus,
okay.
and I'm going,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going, where do I know this guy from? Like, oh, this is one of these actors in everything. And I go, oh my God. When did Plop get like all Shaq Diesel? Look, Plop put on some muscle weight. This is good for Plop.
Yep. No, Plop looked good.
He looked great. Wasn't a great guy,
Nah, not really.
but
Pretty big piece of shit.
also wasn't wrong,
No.
but handled it poorly.
Yeah.
And his mom is the co-host of Dog Show, which is great.
Oh, that's right.
Molly Shannon.
Right.
Molly
It's
Shannon and
so
Plop.
long. Dog show.
That's her most famous sketch.
No.
Dog Show.
Dog show.
Speaking of the Knicks, there was an incident yesterday at the Knicks game. Everybody was sitting courtside. It was a big day in New York City because of the St. Patrick's Day parade. So I guess there was a spill off the parade into the garden, so everybody could watch their Knickerbockers. And Tracy Morgan was sitting courtside. And all of a sudden, and you can see the video was posted, and we'll post it up on Sam Roberts SXM on social. And if you've seen it, call up 866-969-1969. Because at first it was funny, and then it got kind of scary. Because you don't want anything to happen to Tracy Morgan. He's an icon. You don't want anything bad to happen to this guy, especially after the Walmart truck. It's terrible. But he was sitting courtside, and he just started like puking. See, and he's thinking about it. He's got a sparkly hoodie on, and he's like, I'm feeling a little belly sick. I don't want to. I'm going to do it. And it's bad. It's hard to watch. It was like there's a puddle under him, and he's courtside, like people can see. Luckily, I was like going through the audience and realizing how many people are just staring at their phone screens, even though they're 3 rows away from the game, so they didn't even notice. No, nobody's looking at him. But yeah, it was like It
was a lot.
It was a lot of puke.
Troy, you see that photo?
It's so gross.
Why didn't he get up?
Because sometimes when it just happens, it's too late to get up.
Yeah, I think it felt like
It hits you.
Looking at the video, it felt like it was one of those scenarios where he was like, he took a gulp. See, like right here, he goes.
I feel like right then is when I would start running.
But there's that other like, I think I can control this.
I feel like it looks like it may have already started.
Oh, you think? I don't know. I thought that was a reflection.
It also could be.
But I see what you're saying. There could be something there. I thought it was a reflection of the orange Knicks logo, but there could also be some kind of something.
So his buddy is already standing up.
Yeah, that's
so I think it's like it happened. He jumps up because that's what anybody sitting next to somebody who pukes would do.
Oh yeah, because that puddle is running.
Yeah, you don't want any throw up anywhere near you.
Right. It's step 1. I don't want to get touched by throw up. Step 2. Make sure my buddy's all right.
Bobby Bacalo's right here.
Oh, I didn't even know. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's like, this is worse than the time I went to that train store.
Oof, Maron.
Maron. Why would you waste food like that? It's a sin.
And then he's like, I think there's more.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some more throw up.
Yeah, I'm going to do some throw up here. I'm going to do some more.
Where's Liz Lemon?
Yeah, Liz Lemon. Yeah, he looks pained while he's doing it. And it's the type of pain where it's not just, oh, this is a bad throw up. It's, I wish this wasn't happening right now, right here. God damn it. And then I was hoping he'd maybe, just embraced his Irish heritage and had partied a little bit for St. Patrick's Day and had a little too much to drink.
I think that's what everybody was hoping.
Shows up to the Knicks game because not only you're hoping that because it means that he's okay, but you're hoping that because it adds to the lore of Tracy Morgan that he was out,
He'll just get hammered on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, he's just out getting hammered, stumble into the Knicks game, throw up on the court. But then he had to get taken out in a wheelchair, which, I don't know, maybe it's protocol, but there's Bobby Bacala.
Yep.
Tony, you asked me to help. I don't know what you need. I wish he had showed up in his neon camo that he wore when they went to go find Polly Walnuts.
Oh yeah.
in the woods.
Yeah, he had a nosebleed.
Yeah, Tracy.
You can see it. You can see the blood right there.
It's a bad one. Tracy goes out in a wheelchair and his nose is bleeding, and he's got the towel over his face like he's trying to catch puke and blood, and he doesn't want anybody to see it. I mean,
maybe it's one of those like burp and fart situations.
I mean, I've had burp and fart situations before. They call that the Wendy. the burp and farts. They say, did you have a Wendy? I go, yeah, it was really embarrassing.
But you've never done a throw up and nosebleed?
No, I've never done a Tracy.
Okay.
No, that's actually happened to me.
Throw up nosebleed?
Yep.
Oh my God.
nose bleeds.
What is wrong with you?
I know. And same with shitting in my nosebleed.
Is that right? you're just sitting there on the toilet.
Multiple times.
Why does God hate me? You're just nose bleeding, and I mean, this sounds like something from The Exorcist.
You might have a brain tumor.
Is it a brain tumor?
I hope not.
It could be.
I don't know. When you get nosebleeds, like they can just be brought on by like.
So you get
a lot of
nosebleeds.
things. Yeah. Oh. I think it's just like in your genes. Like some people in my family do, some people don't. You know. I don't know.
Do you get them randomly?
Yeah.
So we could be sitting here one day and you just start having a nosebleed.
Yeah.
We're going to think you're on a cocaine binge if you start nosebleeding in here. Sure. So you better try to not.
Especially if you're throwing up, too.
And even if you're telling us right now, no, I just get them randomly, we're all going to behind your back say, I think she just told us that story because she likes to party before the show.
Well.
And she knew it was inevitability.
It's nosebleed season.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because of allergies?
Allergies and the dry heat.
Yeah, it's normally in the winter.
Yeah, I get nosebleeds every day, too.
For me, it could be every single day.
You get nosebleeds every day?
Usually, yeah.
You get nosebleeds every day?
Bro,
I mean, it's not like a hemorrhage, but it's like I have a napkin and I'm like bleeding.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like gushing, though. I don't get that.
Whoa, like the beginning of The Shining at the elevator?
Sure.
Whoa.
I don't know what's worse.
Oh, and then there's
Troy's just got to keep his finger out of there.
Troy,
yeah, no.
That's what I tell my kids
I like
all the
picking
time.
my nose, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're picking scabs up there. What do you think's going to happen?
Plus, you had the rhinoplasty, so it's not all like natural.
Well,
that's right. That's right.
I just can breathe better.
Well,
and a little shape.
Believe me, if they could have shaped it a little bit better.
So you get nosebleeds every day. Troy
Every
gets
day.
nosebleeds every day.
But minor nosebleeds.
Danielle has gushing, sometimes nosebleeds.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could be
Gushing.
really bad.
Wow.
Like huge blood clots coming out of your nose. Like demogorgons. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's gross.
Like I've had
It's
nosebleeds
so gross.
before, but not like.
So what do you do when it happens? Like, do you...
You just sit there with the tissue box and then you...
Yeah, plug.
Well, thank you.
you just in
Yeah,
case.
you roll it up and plug it up in there.
No, but mine are so bad that you can't plug it because it's gonna leak through the whole tissue. You have
That's
to
bad.
literally have and then throw out that one, and you have to have the other hand ready.
Oh, my God.
Like you guys didn't growing
And it's-
up. This wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Your parents, the ice pack came in the bathroom. Everyone.
Ice packs.
Yeah, like I don't know. Dad would come in with the ice pack. Mom would be like, "Plug your nose. Hold the top. Like, put your head back." Like,
My parents hated each other, so they
okay.
I mean, what would that... So they didn't help your nosebleeds?
they added to the problem.
You deal with it. No,
That's,
you deal with
that's
it.
why Troy kept giving himself nosebleeds. 'Cause one day they'll care. One day they'll care. But they just hated each other so much.
They're like, let this asshole bleed. I'll fuck him. I don't care.
I don't care if he bleeds out. I don't care if your son bleeds out. I hate you. Oh, yeah? Well, I don't care if your son bleeds out because I hate you. You're sitting there like, guys, I'm bleeding out.
Somebody's gotta do something.
We got to do something here. I'm staying in the carpet.
I didn't know it was going to take such a turn.
I've never heard any... I mean, there's so much information being passed through here. I've never heard anybody say, my parents wouldn't help me with my nosebleeds because they hated each other so much.
I try to tell you guys, I had a traumatizing youth.
I believe you. I believe you. It's just that amount of energy going into hating each other, that they won't even take care of your nosebleeds.
Like usually that's the connective tissue.
No.
Like the kid.
Tissue.
Tissue. Yeah. Or one of them going like, yeah, you know, I may hate this person, but let me step away from this argument that apparently is just a 24/7 cycle to hand my bloody kid a tissue.
Was it like all day, every day? And then you're just like, I have a nosebleed.
Well, yeah, until they got divorced, and then they made my step-parents hate the other parent. And that was a whole thing.
Nice.
Oh, so you just be sitting there and they're like talking shit to the step parent.
And then the step parents like, your other parent's an asshole, and they do this, and the step parents try to make me hate the other parent.
You're like, I have a nosebleed again. I have a nosebleed again. I have a nosebleed again. Guys, man, no wonder you're such a troubled youth.
Oh, bro, you have no idea.
I fell off my skateboard. I mean, it sounds like hell.
I haven't even scratched the surface.
I don't want you to.
Of what? The inside of your nose?
I don't want to know more because I feel bad.
He was getting nosebleeds just to try to find some love.
I mean, I feel bad because we make fun of him spelling all the time, and like his spelling years were just horrible. Like, of course he didn't learn how to spell.
You can still learn how to spell.
I don't think so. I think he was
or later in life learn how to spell. I mean, the spelling mistakes that he makes are insane.
Sure, I'm trying to stick up for you.
My brain is done forming. When it was forming, there was hell. I was in a hellhole.
Yeah, I'm trying to stick up for you. And Sam's like, nah, you can learn how to spell.
He spelled Tracy Morgan wrong.
Who cares?
I doubt that.
Check it.
Let me check.
Who cares, dude? You can see what it says.
Okay, that's wrong.
There's no E in Tracy?
No.
Okay. Here, I'll fix it. Does that make you feel better?
I mean,
you asshole. There. You happy? Sometimes Tracy's spelled with an E.
Not in the case of Tracy Morgan.
Did you know what I was talking about?
Yeah, but I shouldn't have to decipher. I shouldn't have to sit here like
Shouldn't have to break code?
No. I'm not. I shouldn't be Tom Hanks in the Da Vinci Code, trying to get to the bottom of what this caller wants to talk about. Trying to rip open paintings so I can see the code on the back so I can figure out Troy's spelling.
You get nosebleeds every day.
Yeah, I literally just had yoga the other day. I was in yoga class and my nose started hemorrhaging. I bled all over my
These
mat.
poor women in his yoga class.
I know. He's walking around with no underwear, bleeding all over the place.
Bleeding everywhere.
I'm discreet. So I always get a tissue.
And then he complains about the homeless people in the subway station.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to set off fireworks and they're smoking crack.
You don't wear underwear to
that is
yoga
a
and your
different
nose
deal.
bleeds.
The fact that they're setting off bottle rockets is a big deal.
But I would not wear underwear so things move. I need things to move and breathe.
Maybe that's why the homeless person that was showing everybody his penis wasn't wearing underwear.
I just love the idea of like, well, I need yoga to be effective, and yoga cannot be effectively done in underwear.
I have to be loose. I don't want any restraints.
Right. You feel very constrained when wearing underpants.
Plus, nothing they haven't seen anyway, right?
They're not seeing anything. I don't get erections in yoga class. I mean, if I did that, then I could see them being offended. I'm not wearing underwear.
And if you did that, you'd probably quit yoga because you hate your erections.
That's right.
So,
sir, you need to leave. You have a bloody nose and an erection.
They're not related, you would say. By the way, one has nothing to do with the other, for the record.
No. This is just because I pick.
Whereas poor Danielle's over here, every time she takes a bite of food, she gets a bloody nose. I don't know. I mean, whatever you do, it just,
a gushing one.
It just activates and blood clots.
Yep.
Start falling out. So do your friends all know that you just have random geysers of
Not really.
blood?
No.
You try to keep it to yourself.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because for me, unlike Tracy Morgan, like I start to run to the bathroom when I feel
Yeah, you can kind of feel it.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just taught myself to do that since like elementary school.
I mean,
Tracy's like, no, this is a good game.
I taught myself how to not sneeze when by the time I was like 10, because I was like, oh, might bleed. So.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting there going, like, if I sneeze, it's just going to look like Columbine in here. I can't.
Yes.
I can't do that. Like, they'll kick me out of school.
Dylan and Eric.
Yeah, they're going to kick me out. Like, this is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll have to bring in a cleaning crew. They'll have to throw, everything will smell like bleach. Everybody will talk about me. Oh, so you're a mess, huh?
Yeah.
So you just learned, like, whenever there's an inkling of anything happening, I have to excuse myself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the proper
Very
thing to
much so.
do. Unlike Troy,
just,
who's sitting at yoga, letting his nose just bleed everywhere.
No, it just starts hemorrhaging. It starts bleeding. I can't stop it. I'm not going to run out of the room. I'm just going to jam it.
Excuse yourself.
I'm going to jam a tissue up there and keep going.
Why is he attacking you today?
He's being mean.
Why?
I don't know.
That's weird.
I was defending your spelling, and he was attacking you.
That was mean too, Sam.
You said, yeah, it's wrong.
No. The question wasn't whether he spelled Tracy wrong.
Oh.
It was that
you
his
mean-
formative spelling years were destroyed by his parents hating each other.
We spell throughout our lives.
Yeah, no, I got that. I was just trying to support him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you're calling him an asshole for showing up to yoga with
I
a
wasn't calling
nosebleed.
him an asshole.
I mean, it was kind of implied.
You're not calling me an asshole, are you?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
See, he said no.
Implied, maybe, but I wasn't calling him an asshole.
He implied you were an asshole.
That's okay.
I would have excused myself if my nose started bleeding. I wouldn't continued with the class.
Same for you, Danielle?
Of course.
Yeah. Manners.
Yeah.
Manners being what they are.
Also, speaking of, this is very relevant. I was in Pilates last night, and it was right at the end. Person right next to me let out the loudest fart. And it was clearly by accident, but I just thought of you, Troy, and I was like, wow, like what happens when you clearly, like, she couldn't hold it in, but that was
You know what's
really
funny?
gross.
Funny you say that. 2 weeks ago.
Funny you say that. I was doing Pilates last night.
2 weeks ago, I was doing like a crunch in yoga. Ripped one loud.
Yeah, it was just like that.
But you didn't get it. Did anybody get offended?
No, because it happens.
Right. You don't get offended when it happens in your yoga class.
No, but it's the repetitive, terrible farts that keep coming. Like if somebody goes, you go like, oh, that's funny, whatever. But it's just part of you're moving your abdomen, so obviously sometimes air comes out.
And we're having a good time.
Yeah. But like it's just the repeated like silent but deadly farts that just keep happening and keep happening and keep happening.
How do you know they're happening if they're silent?
Because you smell it.
The deadly.
The deadly.
I see.
And it's
I
like
see.
you should excuse yourself to go sit on the toilet and try to move your bowels. Don't sit here in front of yoga in a down dog
Wow, well,
in
now we're
front of
going
my
back.
face and be ripping them.
Well, you
Now-
missed the whole
Right.
class then.
That's true. You're paying
Exactly.
for the class.
Yeah, but I'm not paying. I'm paying a lot of money. I'm paying a premium for this yoga studio. Don't be farting in front of my face.
Maybe people don't want to see your blood all over the floor.
Or genitals. Or genitals.
They're not seeing my genitals. I'm wearing
At least
shorts.
the outline.
I have my yoga pants here. You want to see them?
Yes.
Yeah, put them on.
You want to put them on?
No, you don't have to put them on. No.
But he's like, hey, if you're going to smell, get out of here. By the way, don't trip over my bloody spot.
See, look.
Oh, come on. Is there netting inside?
No.
No, you
Oh,
can see the
wow.
outline.
Yeah, no.
Those are short.
Yeah, there's short shorts and no underwear.
Yeah.
That's offensive.
I genitalia.
Don't wear those here.
That's offensive.
That is offensive.
You'd be fired if you wore those here without underwear.
NSFW.
They are NSFW. You should be able to do a little bit of work, but
A little.
a little bit. But yeah, you could. I'm sure there's at least outline and movement. It's offensive.
Yeah.
Well, why don't look at my helmet ridge? Don't be staring at that.
It's just very specific.
If that offends you, don't
Really
look at it.
specific, and you're being aggressive.
You're being super
Well,
aggressive.
because I didn't ask you to stare at where my genitals.
Well, I think, Troy, because you're such a tall guy, for a lot of people, especially women, it might be right at face height.
That's true. Especially if
Convenient
you're-
for some things, but
What's
not
that
for
face height?
for
Do you ever
others.
see a yoga room? It's like you're lined up in a row.
Well, when you're walking about.
walking about.
I wear a shirt. It covers my.
You wear a shirt like that goes like what are you wearing? Like one of those like girls' night shirts from the 80s?
I have my shirt too. You see it?
Yep. He does. He wears a night shirt. Like you know,
I know exactly what you're talking
Of
about.
course, he puts his head in like the side pony with the scrunchie.
Goes down to the knees.
He wears a night shirt.
Oh.
Oh, it's long in the back.
It's long in the back.
It's long in the back. It
Little
doesn't cover
high-low.
up the front genitals.
Yeah. Your testicles aren't in the back.
No. And by the way, it's a tank top. It's not even a real shirt. They can see your pit hair too.
Okay, what's wrong with my pit hair? That's not offensive.
Is it braided?
Believe me, there's plenty of women in my class that have pit hair, so it's not.
All right.
Believe me.
They shouldn't be doing that.
No. It's that is offensive. Carlos in Montreal.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I just called to say that Tracy Morgan's cooked because 50 Cent posted him on his Instagram. But holy shit, man, you guys got some fucking damaged goods there. Like Troy, I get it because he had a troubled childhood. Troy's the fucking man. Love a good Troy fuck story.
Yeah.
But Danielle, what's your deal, Danielle? Like, I thought you were all in. You know, good stuff, but fuck, it's just constipation, farting, kale, veggie burgers, now nosebleeds. Jesus Christ! Well, what's the deal?
I'm a real person, Carlos.
Yeah. She's a full-fledged human being.
Yeah, newsflash. Females also are people with weird problems.
Yeah.
But that's
You
a lot
know?
of bullshit. That's a lot of
That's a lot of
Sorry
bullshit.
to kill your dreams.
Well, Carlos is a charming guy. Wouldn't it be great if you were dating somebody and it's like, look, Danielle, I thought we were a great match, but you didn't tell me about all your bullshit, and I'm kind of not down for that, so I'm out of here. It's a lot of bullshit. Meanwhile, he's picking his nose and farting and dirt under his fingernails and not wearing underwear in yoga.
Why is that a big deal?
I didn't say it was a big deal. We're just having conversation.
Why do you keep bringing it up?
You brought it up.
You brought it.
Well, you brought up the bloody nose in yoga, and I said,
Yeah, nobody asked what'd you do in yoga yesterday.
Yeah, you brought up yoga. You brought up bloody nose in yoga, and I said, well, you've also told us you don't wear underwear in yoga. Those two things coupled together.
But they're not exclusive to each other.
I know they're coupled together
Just paints a picture that nobody wants to see.
because it's painted in blood. And I don't even want to tell you what he uses as the paintbrush. It's disgusting. Scott in Virginia.
Hey, I heard that Tracy Morgan got hit by the basketball.
Is that true?
I haven't heard that.
I don't
at
know
all.
if that's. I look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up.
I'm
Give it a
not
go.
looking that up.
Look it up, T-Dog.
Yeah, T-Dog. Look it up.
No.
You think one of the players saw him puking and threw the ball at him, going, "Don't do that shit on the court. Excuse yourself." And that's
Hey.
how he got the bloody nose.
I heard this. Look it up.
Yeah.
No, that's not no.
Hey, rumor has it. Did you just make that up? No. My guy told me.
No, I read it.
Some dude told me.
Where? I don't know. Somewhere.
I don't know. You find out.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go on your wild goose chase.
So when do you tell people close to you about your bloody nose problem?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
No, it just starts to happen.
They'll find out if they're there for it.
Right.
But again, I'm really sneaky with it.
You are.
So you don't know.
So could there be people that have known you for months and then all of a sudden you just start having nosebleeds and you're like, hey, welcome to Planet Danielle. That's how it's going to be from now on.
Yeah, guess what?
Guess what? I hope you're not offended by it now because it's been happening the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good strategy to be like, you can't get bothered by it now because I've been sneaking around doing this the
Exactly.
entire time.
You don't know when my nose is bled in that bathroom over there.
That's right. That's right. I thought you were putting on perfume. Nah, dog. I've been bleeding.
Just losing blood.
Yeah. Well, I hope Tracy Morgan's all right. I think everybody wants Tracy Morgan to win all the time because we all like that not only did he recover from the Walmart truck hitting him, but that he got all that money from it. The idea of Tracy Morgan just being filthy rich, not from SNL, not from 30 Rock, but from Walmart is such a great part of the Tracy Morgan lore. Although I was reading an article this week that some guy, and I guess this is now 4 or 5 years in the making, but somebody just scored $50 million from Starbucks and it's one of these there was I think in the 90s there was a case about this from McDonald's and the coffee, but some guy said he poured scalding hot tea on his genitals. And it was hot, as it turns out, and he got very badly burned. And he sued Starbucks. He said this tea is way too hot. Actually, I think what I read was that the person working at Starbucks did not put the cup of tea properly in the cardboard holder. So this guy in LA, he's like, "Oh, thank you for this cardboard holder." The tea wasn't in there properly. He drops it, spills it all over his genitals. Which is, of all places to spill it. But, I mean, it makes sense. If he's going through a drive-thru, it's going to land on your genitals. And apparently it was insanely hot. And it caused, severe burns all over his thighs and his area.
Let's see. This is the video.
This is the video of it actually happening.
Yeah.
And this poor girl has to deal with the fact that she burned some man's genitals.
Couldn't he have just put a balm on it?
No. If you put a bomb on it, then you might risk your entire settlement.
Okay, he's got... Oh, and now he's driving.
Ow, the ball.
Oh, my God. Now, I believe, based on experiences that I've seen in a drive-thru, we have not fully figured out yet whether or not he was in a goon state.
Oh.
Because if he was in a goon state and he was erect, that could have knocked the tray. Right. You know what I mean? If it's you see what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely.
You know how physics work.
Yeah.
You know, and if that's the case, if he was in a goon state, it's not entirely the
Looks like
the tray's
same guy.
fault. You think it was? You think it was not a guy? Say his name.
It's a strange thing to just drive off like that.
I don't know if he was driving off or if he just like
Hit the gas.
instinctively maybe just took his foot off the brake.
Right.
Or put his foot down on the
Or
on the
put
gas,
his foot
right?
down on the gas,
Oof, that's
screaming,
the
"Ow,
worst.
my balls!"
My balls, my genitals, they're burning, they're burning, they're burning.
It almost looks deliberate.
What, that he poured?
Well, I don't know. Like, look, it doesn't. It kind of looks like whoa. Like,
It was so quick.
I mean, when that tea hits.
Okay.
Okay, she passes in the tray.
It's the third one. It's this one on the corner.
Okay.
Because
Passes in the tray. Immediately.
my balls!
Oh,
No,
goodbye.
gotta go, goodbye.
Goodbye, my balls hurt. And this poor girl is sitting there like, what the fuck? I make $8.50 an hour. What the fuck just happened? Oh.
Oh.
So, he lives in L.A.
Yeah.
And he won the judgment against Starbucks. Michael Garcia claimed he was badly burned when a hot drink spilled on him while he was at the drive-thru in L.A. Starbucks had to pay him a jury awarded him $50 million. I'm going to take a wild guess here. These lawyers got a jury full of dudes. And there was a lot of time spent on the balls being burned.
He underwent skin grafts and other procedures. And immediately fell on his crotch.
I wonder if he pulled it.
And this was right before the pandemic, February 8th, 2020.
Whoa.
the 1-2 punch.
It's a 1-2 punch. Yeah.
I wonder
He's
if
like,
he-
what else could go wrong?
I wonder if he pulled a Troy, like when Troy went in for surgery for his sinuses. He was like, hey, also, can you shape this a little bit? Can you add some aesthetic to it? I wonder if he went in for the skin grafts. If he was like, and while you're down there, can you add an inch or two?
A little girth.
Yeah. Add a little bit. I mean, if you're doing skin grafts anyway, I'm gonna be knocked out, so I won't know.
You make me look like a Pepsi can.
This looks more like a tuna fish can. What did you guys do?
Okay. The jury found that the that the woman working at Starbucks had not wedged the scalding hot drink into the takeout tray well enough. That can happen. There's been plenty of times where I'll put a drink in a tray and I'm like, no, that doesn't feel like it's secure.
I was hoping you'd say that you spilled because I would pay big money.
I wouldn't spill.
I would pay big money to watch you spill. It wouldn't even have to be scalding hot. Any drink, you holding a tray and a drink falling out and you spilling it on yourself, I'd pay big money to see
How much?
that. I mean, probably $750.
We can make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be hot. We could definitely make that happen. Yeah.
And I mean, if there was a trip involved, if you tripped over someone's foot and you get liquid on your face, I'd probably pay as much as $1,300.
Okay, we can make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a Disney trip to pay for.
Okay. Yeah, you got to figure out.
Yeah.
You're in your entrepreneurial era.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that might pay for a couple meals.
Yeah, the $1,300.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You might be able to get 2 dinners out of that.
2 maybe, yeah.
The lawyers for Starbucks say we disagree with the jury's decision that we were at fault for this incident and believe the damages awarded are excessive. It does feel like a lot. 50 million feels like a lot.
To ruin your balls?
Well, he gotta. Are they permanently ruined or
Yes,
just?
it said his attorney said
Wow.
that his injuries were permanent and life changing.
Yeah, but is that aesthetically life changing or life changing?
Doesn't matter. He didn't ask for that.
Well, he asked for the tea.
Yeah, but he didn't ask
And
for it
he
to.
dropped it.
Right. He's the
It's way
klutz.
too much money.
I'd say $75,000.
$75,000.
$75,000 seems like more than enough.
I didn't know you were so pro corporate. Where were you when I was arguing that half court shit?
I'll tell you what. It's not that I'm pro corporate. I'm anti hot drink.
Okay,
You'll never see me with a hot drink.
No, I get that.
I'm very anti-hot drink. And when people burn themselves with hot drinks, I think to myself, why wouldn't you get an iced coffee?
You
I
deserved
used
it.
I
Yeah,
used to be a hot
exactly.
drink guy
Yeah.
during the winter.
Sure.
I think about 2 years ago, I went cold brew 365.
Wow.
Your life improved?
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't have to worry about my genitals burning off.
Never. It doesn't even occur. You see somebody and they take their first sip because they don't know.
Ow.
Is it just the right hot? Is it just I have to wait? And you get there's just one tiny little window, right? This little window where when you first get the cup, first of all, even with the holder, your hand is still hot.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable. You take that first sip, it's horrible. It burns. You're losing taste buds.
Can't taste anything for a week.
Yeah. So then you have to wait. Have I waited long enough? You take a sip. Oh, good, I waited long enough. 2 sips later, now it's bathwater.
Yep.
And what did I do?
I find Dunkin' is the worst at that. It's either insanely hot or you've got 30 seconds to drink this before it's ice cold. No,
Yeah,
that's why cold brew, I know exactly what the temperature is going to be.
I mean, I'll get a big cold brew and I'll sit with that bad boy all day long.
Yeah.
And it will never lose its charm at all. So yeah, I am very anti hot drink.
Okay, so you're basing your settlement on the fact that you don't like hot drinks.
It's partly your fault for ordering a hot drink.
Okay.
Not your fault. One's fault for ordering a hot drink. Also,
But wasn't he a delivery driver? He's just picking up the order.
well, look, that's even more so because now you're talking about a trade, and you're going in. It's like these coal miners know injuries can happen. You go into the trade knowing this gets dangerous and this can be bad. And I believe the same thing can be said for Uber drivers.
I mean,
You're going for Uber Eats.
you're just saying that's a hazard of the job?
A hazard of the job. Also, I would never do a drive-through for drinks in a tray. Hot drinks in a tray at a drive-through is nuts.
It's a difficult exchange.
Very difficult. Even if they're in the tray properly, there is always the chance a 3-drink in a tray, that means by definition, the weight can never be properly distributed. And one little thing, you could dump the whole tray.
You got like a 3-foot chasm there to bridge.
It's a gasm, not a chasm. That's actually referred to as a gasm. It's a Starbucks gasm. yeah. I would never get. And this even with cool sodas. Like if I'm getting McDonald's for the fam, say, I far prefer.
A shout out to you for being a great dad.
One of the greats, all timer. I far prefer hit me with those drinks one at a time. We'll take our time here and apply them to the cup holders
In the drive-thru?
In the drive-thru.
Okay.
Then passing me the tray because this tray you're asking for trouble. To get a drink tray, you need to be standing. You need to hold it while standing. You need to walk with it because the first couple steps, every tray I've ever held, the first couple steps are figuring out the weight distribution and how I'm going to hold this.
How stupid are you? You can't figure out how to hold a tray?
Weight distribution.
Yeah, I know. You put some added weight on that side that doesn't have a cup on it.
You can't do that in a drive-thru.
You hold it with 2 hands, you should be fine.
Yeah, but the way that she passed it to him, maybe it wasn't possible for him to grab the empty
He had it
side.
with 2 hands. Oh no, he had
That's
it on
the other thing.
On the he
When
had
you
it
hold-
on the side that had 2 cups on it, which is the easiest side to hold it on.
Yeah, but then if you put
was
too
too
much
heavy.
on the 2 cups, you're not thinking about the 3rd cup over there, which I believe
How about we just be grown-ups and know
Was
how to
the cup
handle
that
3
spilled.
drinks
Well,
on a
that's why
tray.
it's his fault.
that's why
Because he
it's a-
didn't.
No, it's her fault because she didn't put the cup that wasn't
A little bit, yes. But
in there properly.
I mean, sure, but if you're sitting there going like, you know who I'll depend on? The people making minimum wage working Starbucks drive-thru to do a great job, then that is also your fault.
Now, Tim Pool alleges that if you get Starbucks drive-thru, they make it hotter than necessary because so many people use that to take back to the office, and they won't drink it for, say, 15, 20 minutes until they get there.
That's very, very caring, if that's the case.
Isn't it all coming out of the same thing?
No.
It's not.
They have a drive-through one and then an eat-in one.
That's right. That's what he's saying. And if Tim Pool said it, I believe it.
I mean, everything he's said has been accurate.
True so far. Okay, yeah, no.
Everything. One of the rare cases
He's batting 1,000.
where everything he said. No, but I think that's very, very possible. At McDonald's, they formulate the syrup to seltzer ratio in the machines, knowing that some of the ice is going to melt. And so it is a little syrup heavy, so that way when the ice melts, it doesn't taste watered down anymore.
That's why the first hit is the best.
Ooh, because you get that extra syrup.
Oh, yeah. Damn, that
You get
hits
that
nice.
you get that kick of sugar in there. Yeah. Although, I do think the same thing could happen if you spill a McDonald's Sprite on you. I mean, your legs will melt
yeah,
like
you're done.
acid has hit them.
Yeah.
Like
You're
when
going to
they-
look like the judge in Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. Like they give it to you. The cups that they use for the Sprite at McDonald's are actually like the Rubbermaid. It's made out of the same thing that they put, those chemicals in Breaking Bad in.
They're made out of Tupperware.
Yeah, because otherwise they'll burn right through those plastic cups.
I think you're putting way too much pressure or way too much responsibility on the guy, on the
Bro,
customer here.
3 hot drinks in
I
a
didn't know
tray.
you're such a hater.
I'm a big time hater. I'm like
You are. You're hating.
I'm a huge hater.
This guy's just trying to deliver a Uber order.
Also, who Ubers? I'm mad at them too. Who Uber Eats before the pandemic, mind you, which is crazier because pre-pandemic Uber Eats was knock on the door Uber Eats, not sit in front of the door Uber Eats.
Okay.
Right? Who Uber Eats 3 coffees?
What, now we're judging?
And this is LA, by the way.
Wait, are
Oh,
you
I am
sure it
judging.
was Uber Eats? Like, are you sure he was working?
I read delivery driver.
Wouldn't that be part of like the lawsuit or something? Like, wouldn't then Uber Eats get involved or something?
They should have maybe some kind of insurance,
Right.
Delivery driver Michael Garcia.
but maybe that's just what his job is, and he wasn't delivering at that point.
Oh, so it would be like radio host Sam Roberts.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, maybe. Sure.
Exactly.
That sounds wrong, but sure.
And
maybe.
Michael Garcia is going, I could see where the confusion would be, but those 3 drinks were for me.
Actually, all for me.
You know what? I was actually in my off time. It's weird for a delivery driver. I'll tell you about it later. Yeah, no. I mean,
And those trays, they're making them so flimsy these
Oh,
days.
so flimsy.
would you ever get a tray of hot drinks through a drive-thru? You can't.
I mean,
Stop blaming the guy.
I mean, okay, if you want to roll the dice, go to Vegas if you want to gamble.
If I was in a car by myself,
Right.
and I had to get coffee for other people,
Right.
and you only have 2 cup holders in the car,
Right.
and say you had to get 3 or 4 cups of coffee, yeah, I'd probably get a holder for it.
But wouldn't you go inside?
I would go inside.
Probably
Yes.
not. I'd go through the drive-through.
Then you know what you'd probably end up with?
The scalded crotch.
Yeah.
And Sam would say,
by the way,
"Good, you
by the way,
deserve
it wouldn't be the first time.
That's right.
Yeah, no. I think you're a crazy person if you get. And you know what's going to happen
He's
here?
doing the best he can.
He's not. He's not doing the best he can. He's doing the bare minimum.
He's trying to work. He's trying to make a living.
He can make a living by
this
going
woman's
inside.
burning his crotch.
What's your name, buddy?
She didn't do that on purpose. I'm actually white knighting for the
Really?
Starbucks drive-through
I
lady.
can't believe-
That's what this is all about. Just white knighting the Starbucks drive-through lady because I like her ponytail. I haven't seen her. She hasn't sent a full face shot yet, but
A little TO'd.
I'm a little TO'd. She still hasn't sent a full body shot.
My God.
Yeah, because also the greater ramifications of this. This is the end of Starbucks having very hot tea.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. McDonald's still has hot coffee.
Yeah, they just
Not
put
that hot.
They put a thing on the cup that says like might be 170 degrees.
Watch your crotch.
Yeah.
Watch your crotch. Yeah, that old lady. She was like, "Oh, I spilled this coffee. It was way too hot. My whole crotch got burned." It's like, what?
I'd be so pissed if I was the lady from the 90s in the McDonald's because she got $3 million. This guy gets 50.
Inflation, though. This is 50 million Biden economy.
Oh, I forgot about the Biden economy. This will get you some eggs.
This is actually 2.5 million in the 90s. So the old lady made out like a bandit.
And I'd burn my crotch for $1 million.
You know,
would do
no,
it
you
for
wouldn't. You do it for 1,000.
You would do it for 1,000.
You would
You had
100%
to
do it
lie.
for 1,000.
You had that number ready.
You would definitely do it for 1,000. Danielle, before you got here one time, boy, did Troy, by the skin of his teeth, did he get out of this one. He was almost in trouble.
Thank God for COVID.
You know, Jim Norton was in here, and he said that he used. Do you ever hear of a Navage? Where it's like you put the saline water in one nostril and it comes out the other nostril?
The neti pot.
Neti pot.
Kind of like a neti pot. Yeah. But in the Navage, it keeps everything in it,
Oh, okay.
right?
Keeps the water.
So, like, it keeps the water so you see what it gets out.
Oh.
And Jim said, like, how much would you have to get paid to drink the water after I use it?
Oh.
And, like, I think Mike, Travis, we're all going, like, $1 million. Like, it would have to be, like, life-changing money. I'd probably quit the radio show because I wouldn't want to see you guys ever again. it would have to be, like, I could no longer be a public figure after that. But before we can say anything, Troy says he would do it for, what was the figure?
I don't remember.
Huh?
I think it was 1,500.
He said it would have to be 1,500.
And Jim goes, done.
And we immediately looked around the room, go, we could raise that today. Like, we would all be willing to contribute.
After I said it, Danny, I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah. And then, obviously, God was watching out for Troy because God gave us the pandemic after that.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. He sent us all home.
Is that what made you a believer?
Oh, yeah.
right after that, because otherwise, if we had been in studio that whole time, you would have drank booger water, dude.
Or I would have never heard of the end of it.
That's right. But you would have gotten 1,500.
Times were tough at that point.
Cool, 15 to you.
15 to you.
Yeah.
I
But you would burn your crotch for 1,000?
$1,000?
I'd like for it, if it's just a burn and it's not disfigured, like this guy seems like he had some disfigurement.
Well, yeah, he has life-changing injury.
I would probably pour hot Starbucks coffee on my crotch for $50 million.
Oh, for $50 million? 100%.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'd let it be disfigured.
I mean, yeah, because
Well, to
honestly,
the point of what?
What are you doing with it?
Nothing. I'm trying not to get boners.
So what's the best way to do it? You kill two birds with one stone?
It's all fucked up.
No more boners and 50 million? And then they're like, we got to get you to the hospital. You know what? I'm going to walk it off. It's fine. Just
shake it off.
Leave it as is.
I mean, I would do it for 50.
50 million.
Yeah, but can I pee regularly, like normally?
Yeah.
Okay. If it
honestly,
functions,
you don't know. Travis pees out of his butt anyway.
No, that's not how it works.
So it should be fine.
I know he sits down to pee.
Yeah, he does.
You
I've
go to
seen
the
it.
bathroom with me every day.
I know.
You
You're going to the stall. I can back Troy up on that one.
We're laughing at you. They're like, look at the dick that has to sit down to pee.
And then I told Troy, I'm like, because he pees out of his butt.
I'm like, are you sure he doesn't have a pussy?
No, it's a bussy.
It's a man pussy.
Yeah, he has a bussy.
If it works, then yeah, 50 million, of course. But I don't want I don't want to live the rest of my life like needing to do something special to go to the bathroom because now
Even for 50 mil?
I don't know, 50 mil's a lot. Like, how invasive is it going to be?
Pretty invasive. Pretty invasive, and you need a dude to come over and help you with
I need a
it.
dude to come over and help me
Well, your wife
every
does
time.
your wife's like, I'm not doing that.
We went from no, it works fine to no, you need a dude to help you pee every single time.
You need a home nurse, which by the way is not coming out of the 50 million. Starbucks
I gotta pay for the 50.
No. You get the 50. Starbucks will pay for the home nurse.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Except the home nurse is like Ving Rhames, and he's the one that's got to
Pulp
help.
Fiction Ving Rhames?
Yes.
He was pretty handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a handsome guy. I'm not saying he's not handsome.
He's on the motherfucker.
He is, but he's a big guy.
Yeah.
That's the point. He's a
He's
big
not
guy.
gentle.
He's not gentle. He
No,
doesn't
he's
have
not.
good bedside manner.
No.
No.
And it's like...
And
he kind of
but in a fun way, he's huffing and puffing every time you have to pee, and every single time you get to ask him, "Are you okay?" And every single time he's going to tell you he's pretty fucking far from okay. So that's fun.
I do laugh every time.
It's funny.
He's like, oh, that's him. That's
that's the guy from Pulp Fiction. I saw the movie.
Yeah.
What's in your suitcase, briefcase? So he's not gentle.
He's not gentle.
No, he's not gentle.
And it's like Johnny Knoxville.
Does he handle it like mechanically?
And he hates you.
And he hates me.
Right. So and he's your home nurse, but he resents you. So
Does
you
he
don't
live there?
Yes. So you don't get to, because you never know. You have to pee in the middle of the night or something.
Do we share a bedroom and my wife has to sleep in a different bedroom?
No. He gets his own quarters.
He gets his own quarters.
He gets his own quarters, but he resents you.
I ring a bell every time I have to go to the bathroom, or I
Yes.
can just walk over to him because my feet still work.
No, it's like a hotel desk bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, I could see why he would resent me then, because I can clearly go to see him when I need to go to the bathroom. Instead, I'm ringing a bell.
And that's one of the many reasons he resents you.
What's another? There's other reasons he resents me.
Well, he doesn't want to handle your burned genitalia.
But it's his job. He signed up for it.
Okay, but so this Uber Eats
Starbucks
guy,
is paying him probably well.
he is paid well, but he still is pissed about the whole thing. He doesn't understand. He used to be an actor, and he doesn't understand how this whole
Our
thing
radio
worked
producer's penis.
out. Right, burned, and it was small to begin with, so
And it's hard to find.
You can imagine what's left of it.
It's a whole ordeal every time.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
for
but 50 million.
I mean,
but
tax free.
Yeah, 100% tax free.
Tax free. Yeah.
It's tax free.
Yeah.
Okay.
At my age, yeah, let's do it.
I'd probably make that deal too. He's going. By the way, he does go to Disney with you.
He comes. Well, yeah. I mean,
You have to pee.
yeah, I have to pee.
Yeah.
Plus, I could probably get DAS pass, disability pass.
Yes, you do get that.
Okay, so I could skip a lot of lines.
Right.
Nice.
That's great.
And it would be funny if you make him ride next to you.
Well, yeah, what if I
because
pee on the rock?
because in all the pictures you'd be having the time of your life and he'd be looking furious.
He wouldn't be having fun at
no,
Disney.
arms crossed, frowning.
He
Looking
hates
like
you
Billy
that
Corgan.
much.
Yeah, because he hates you.
He's like, I used to like Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do it. Plus, can I ask him stories? Like about...
Yeah, but he's not going to tell you any of them.
He's not going to tell me any Pulp Fiction stories.
No, because he hates you.
He's probably got good Bruce Willis stories.
And you keep asking him. You know what I mean? Like,
I
you
would
keep
keep asking
trying. Because it's like he's not going anywhere. He's stuck there. He signed a contract. And it's a long-term contract.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably still do it.
But he is allowed to hate you. And he does.
And he lets me know.
Yeah. He's
Like,
like,
he's
you were like,
vocal
what was
about it.
Bruce Willis like on the set? He's like, I fucking hate you. Stop asking me about that movie.
All right. Look, for $50 million tax-free at my age, let's do it.
Plus, it'd be funny. He'd be like, I hate you. Stop asking me about that. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And you ring the bell. And then he's got to walk with you to the bathroom now.
I would still ring the bell. I would, if we're just sitting together, I wouldn't just be like, hey, I got to go pee.
Because you like to teach him a lesson, too. You know what I mean? You like to...
Who's in charge?
Right. You're like, okay,
Oh, I would.
fine.
I would have a lot of false alarms.
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah. And you'd have him take it out.
Yeah.
You'd have, and he'd go like, "Are you going to go?" And you go, "Nope, don't have to go anymore."
Guess it went away.
I tried. Don't have to go.
Yeah, I could have some fun.
It would be. Yeah, you
Yeah.
get yours.
Yeah.
You get your revenge for
Okay.
sure. Absolutely, you're entitled to that.
Yeah, let's do it. I think that's a deal everyone would make.
It sounds good to me the way I describe it. Would you do it,
Yeah.
Mike? Would you pour scalding hot tea all over your genitals for $50 million?
Yeah, I think you could actually, if you plan this properly,
Right.
you could minimize the damage.
Yeah, but you need a lot of damage to get to $50 million. Don't
You need
forget.
enough damage to get to 50 million and a doctor who will play ball.
That's a good point.
And maybe a decent makeup artist.
Maybe we get Nicole's Botox doctor back in the mix.
Because if you wear clothing that's going to absorb as much of the liquid as possible,
Maybe some of that wicking clothing.
yeah. The shirts they give you if you do a marathon.
Right. Like it wicks a lot of the boiling water off.
Yeah. So you do that, and then you get a makeup artist to just make it look as though you've been horribly burned.
Right. Take the photos.
You get a doctor who's a friend.
Right. Hi, everybody.
You split up the proceeds, and everybody goes their way.
Right, because even if you end up with $30 million at the end of the day, that's $30 million.
It's 30 million you didn't have.
That's right. That's probably a better scenario than Travis's "I'm going to live with Ving Rhames" scenario. Mike, you really handled that a lot better.
Like getting shot in the
That wasn't
fleshy
my
part
idea.
of the thigh.
Yeah, but you agreed.
Well, yeah, for $50 million, tax-free.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back to, when, was it Delta that was offering people $30,000 who landed upside down?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I become a frequent flyer if I knew, if you're going to land upside down every time I get $30,000 every time I walk off the plane.
No
yeah.
questions asked.
And you could still sue.
You could still sue.
That's the kicker.
Yeah.
I would take that flight every day.
Except I wonder if the lawyers know now you got $30,000, so we're going to charge you. You know what I mean? We're not going to do this
Pro bono?
pro bono anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd still have $30,000. I'd probably blow it, and then I'd go sue.
That would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Because then the lawyer would be like, "Can I get some of that $30,000?" You'd be like, "That $30,000 is gone."
That's all gone, buddy.
But my wife has an amazing collection of bags. You should see the scarves this lady has now.
Yeah, I don't know. I bought a lot of V-Bucks. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mainly used it for online currency. You should see though, my Brawl Stars are lit.
I got all of them.
Yeah. I transferred the entire $30,000 into Robux. It's in my Roblox account.
I heard it's a good deal.
Yeah. I mean, they said the more you buy, the better the value. So I put the $30,000 in at once.
Yeah, I would take that deal every day.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, congrats. And the guy, it is being, the way it's being reported, it says that he won the $50 million.
Yeah.
Which it's like, I don't know, it's a big, I feel like you should say he was awarded $50 million in the lawsuit. To say he won $50 million, it's like there was a genital burning contest.
He won.
And he won, and it's a $50 million cash prize.
Yeah, he won. Good for him.
On the lawsuit.
Yeah, he won
won.
the lawsuit. That's what you say.
He's the big winner.
Stop trying to be such a Starbucks cuck.
Yeah, you really kind of are.
Yeah.
I like cold drinks. And I don't like poor decision making. Being rewarded.
It wasn't poor decision making.
Yes, it was.
It's an accident.
It was an accident. Accidents happen.
Okay, then. Let it be. Accidents happen.
Well, I mean, if an accident happened and my genitals were affected, I would want someone to pay.
That's what your wife said. She got a baby.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Keep me out of this.
You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, that was a sick burn.
Thanks, man.
Keep my wife's name.
What was a sicker burn? The burn I just had on Travis or this guy's genitals?
Travis's burn.
Nice. Nice.
Man,
Liz and Charlotte?
really catching strays today.
Well, you deserve
Hello.
them. Hey, Liz.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Hi, I just wanted to tell Danielle that I think you're doing a great job and you're very genuine, and that comes across in every time you talk. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but fuck that guy.
Nice.
And he sounds like an incel. It sounds like he hasn't gotten laid in a long time.
Whoa.
And he's very feminine.
Thanks, Liz.
You're talking about Troy?
Yeah.
That was kind of a sick burn
Liz,
on
that's
you.
not nice. I'm sitting right here.
Travis, you tricked him.
I did.
Thank you, Liz.
But I just
Oh,
tell you, you're doing a great job, Danielle.
Well, thank you. Have
See.
a great day, Liz.
why not Carlos? Just Liz?
No,
Oh,
no, Carlos. Yeah.
All right. All right. Carlos just wanted to know what was wrong. Let's take a break because there's a lot going on in the world of local radio that I want to talk about. There is a new Mike Francesa update. We haven't talked about Mike Francesa in a very long time. He's in the podcast world, and he's just absolutely killing it. So I want to talk about that. And we have some great Dan Bernstein. Is that how you pronounce it? Dan Bernstein?
I just call him Bernie.
He doesn't like that. You don't know him like that.
No, we know each other like that.
Okay. I mean, there's some amazing updates with Bernie. He hasn't been handling his stuff well at all. If you're a wrestling fan, the new Not Sam Wrestling dropped yesterday, and the new Raw Recap podcast dropped technically last night, but it's this morning's show. So check those out after today's Sam Roberts show, and we'll be right back.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We're back. We're back. We're back with Sam Roberts Show.
Today, you know, we have spent in the history of our programs a lot of time talking about Mike Francesa and the foibles of Mike Francesa. Of course, Mike Francesa, legendary giant radio. Apparently, you can't do a giant radio show with a co-host and not hate them. You just you just hear these stories.
Show me where that's not been the case.
Of co-hosts hating each other somehow, and you can be witness to it. Jim and I never came close to hating each other.
No, because there was a power dynamic out that was, you went into it in a different perspective.
Meaning, like I'm like Jim. Like this
Jim was already established.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was there before you, and you came in as a really as an intern and then a producer, right?
Sure. And it was like, and that was something I was comfortable with. That was something.
But if there was like a show, like if this show was like another person that came up in the ranks with you,
fuck him.
Exactly.
yeah. Who the fuck does he think he is? Yeah. No, I guess that's true. I also think that it was helpful that we both had outside interests.
1,000%.
You know, we weren't like married to each other, and that's also why I say like it's always these like monster shows where it's like the thing that you are known for, because people know me from stuff I do outside. There are plenty of people who know me from like pro wrestling world. There are people who know me from all kinds of stuff. People who know Jim from his books, from his stand-up, from his television, from, you know, like, so I think we were both very fortunate in that case. Because, I mean, this Mike and the Mad Dog, they couldn't stand each other. I mean, the best story ever was that, like, Mike went on vacation, and I guess Mad Dog had a weekend show that he would do by himself solo. And Mad Dog's solo music just said, "It's the Mad Dog," whereas Mike and the Mad Dog had the song that said, "Mike and the Mad Dog." So Mike goes on vacation, and day one of Mike's vacation, Mad Dog makes the call to change the theme music of the show to just "It's the Mad Dog." And Mike, of course, even though he's on vacation, what's Dog doing? What's Dog doing? And he hears this playing. He hears Mad Dog just playing the Mad Dog song. No reference to Mike, just like, here we go, I'm doing a solo show now. Fuck that guy. and cuts his vacation short by every day except one. The next day, Mike just walks without even announcing it, without even telling Dog that he was coming back. Mike walks right back into the studio, sits down in his chair, and just gives Mad Dog a look like, try that bullshit again. I dare you. And it's like, bro, you're cutting vacation short now? But this is what happened. Mad Dog ends up leaving. He ends up coming over here to SiriusXM, has a very successful channel over here, leads into First Take, and having this whole second life as being the kind of back and forth with Stephen A. on First Take.
Crushing it.
And I mean, yeah, there are maybe even a bigger audience of people now that just know and love Mad Dog.
Oh, absolutely.
For the stuff he does on First Take.
I would say that's correct.
Yeah, I think we're biased because we're in New York, so we interact with older people that grew up with Mike and the Mad Dog, but
that was just in New York.
It's just in New York. It was
at a period of time,
right? And generationally, that's being phased out.
Yeah.
Whereas First Take is everywhere. But then Francesa just did the Mike Francesa show for years after Mike left.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, after Mad Dog left. Yeah, he just kept kept doing it.
If you're saying that, then yeah, sure.
People love Mike Francesa.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, they love listening to Mike Francesa, I should say.
I think they love waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I was one of them. I didn't even care about sports. I was just sitting there waiting for a prank call to get on, waiting for him to get mad, and and then we'd get all kinds of gold. Just him sitting in a room by himself, you get all kinds of gold. Well, he ends up retiring and then coming back and then retiring again. Didn't exactly have the second three-peat Jordan run when he returned to radio, but he is now retired, and he is from radio. And he's doing the Mike Francesa podcast. I mean, it's been interesting with Francesa because I feel like it's been a rude awakening that it's almost like when a New York City mayor runs for president and you realize that you've been in New York and you've been on the front page of the New York Post and everybody's talking about you, and New York is such a bubble into itself that it tricks you into thinking that what's happening in New York, if you're in New York, is what's happening everywhere. When the reality is, outside of New York, nobody gives a fuck. So Mike, I think, thought that, okay, big deal, I'll just go national. And found out that there wasn't as much interest in him nationally as there was just in New York.
Well, I figure it's got to be much harder to do a national sports show because in New York, you know what you're talking about. You're talking about, what, 6 teams?
I mean, if you're Mike, mainly the Mets.
Mainly the Mets.
Mainly the Mets.
But you're an expert at the Yankees, the Mets, the Jets, the Giants.
But you know how these sports guys are. Most of them are blowhards that are not experts. That they just are experts at talking and figuring out how to have opinions.
Mike's a smart guy, though.
Mike is a smart guy.
Mike knows his shit.
Oh, yeah. Mike, I listen.
But it's got to be a lot harder to pivot to a national show.
Especially if you want to maintain that level of expertise.
Yeah.
Because you have to know about every team and every one.
And that's ridiculous.
Right.
You know?
Right. So he's doing this podcast now. And unfortunately, it appears it's still the same old Mike.
Same old Mike.
And that's part of his charm, that Mike will never change. This was his podcast that was streaming live.
A lot of views. Look at that.
That's, what, 237?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean...
It's more than some people I know.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. There are people that would die for 237.
237 would be huge.
I mean, there are people who, for 237, would kill a man.
Pour scalding hot coffee on their genitals.
Oh, yeah. We'll give you 237 views on your stream.
I'll take it.
Okay, fine. Ah!
Yeah.
So here's Mike getting down to brass tacks. Talking about the March Madness.
Excuse me, who's correcting me? Hello?
There's going to be some dead air here.
Break the tape. Who's correcting me? Who was that? Who said that?
Okay, look, pause. I've got to tell you. First, he said break the tape, which I'm assuming he's not.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. But I love that Mike carries himself in a way, and he did this exact same thing when he was on radio. He did this exact same thing when he was on the Yes Network, where he won't put live mics in front of the staff. The staff only talks to him in his headphones. So when he ends up having conversations with the staff, it would be like, like if I was talking to Travis or Troy or Mike or Danielle, and I was having these conversations, but you guys at home or in your car just heard my side of the conversation. I'd be like, that's a crazy thing, Danielle. And then we'd sit for about 15 seconds while she responded only in my ears because she has not yet earned the right to have her voice on the Mike Francesa airwaves. And then comes in, and I can't believe that with all the clips of Francesa that have gone viral, and I mean, this back after this Twitter account has been there documenting all of it, that he hasn't figured out yet that a lot of this, the reason to me that so much of this is funny is because you don't hear the other side of it. You just hear Mike Francesa yelling into a void. And I could listen to Mike Francesa yelling into a void.
Being annoyed.
I mean, every day. I did listen to it every day.
Who was talking to me?
Let's try and get to the bottom of it.
Well, what were you guys talking about? Because I heard it in my headset. I thought you were talking to me. Now, who said that the Big East has been won already? Who just said that? Yeah, but who said it? Okay, one of you guys just said that St. John's has won the Big East tournament. They have not won the title yet. You win the title tomorrow night. The championship trophy goes with tomorrow night's winner. It does not go with the regular season champion. It can't, because if it did, why the hell would you have a tournament? So you're wrong about that. The title goes to who wins tomorrow.
That's how. This is exactly, by the way, how I have to start talking to Travis.
If you did, you wouldn't be wrong. Listen, up until right now, I agree with everything. Mike's not wrong.
Fact-based. But if you made a mistake and I was like just talking down to you, you are wrong. You have to understand that this is this way because of this, and you said a different thing. You're wrong. And you go, okay, fine.
He's completely in the right. If I'm understanding this clip correctly.
Okay, and it's tough because we don't hear the other side of the conversation at all.
They're in a break right now. Right? It's still live, but Mike is under the impression that they're taking a break.
I think when he said break the tape, he thought that they were pausing the record.
I don't know what he meant by break the tape.
That feels like an old school radio term back when they would use like a physical cart deck or whatever.
But because he knows he's live. There's people watching.
I don't think he knows he's live.
No. He doesn't know that he's live in this minute, but the show is live. The show airs live.
Well, then how could you break the tape?
Dude, all I'm saying is Mike is under the impression that they're taking a commercial break.
Are there commercials?
I'm sure there are.
Before you say that he thinks it's a commercial, you need to find out you're wrong if there aren't commercials. But you're wrong. If there aren't commercials, you're wrong. You see how that's not a nice way to talk to somebody?
But hang on. Yes.
Troy, you wouldn't like it if I talked to you like that.
Absolutely not.
You know what would happen if I talked to Troy like that? He'd be like, hey, I was just looking something up. Fuck you. I'd be like, oh, jeez. All right, sorry, man. Whoa.
Because later in the clip, he goes, oh, we're live? Like, he is under the impression, whether there are commercials or not, he is under the impression right now that they are not on the air.
I don't think he knows he's live.
Right, he doesn't know that they're live.
But I don't think he knows that this was ever live because he said break the tape. Like, if you say break the tape means we're going to commercial?
Somebody, when he was doing the show, was in his ear saying, hey, Mike, actually, St. John's has already won the Big East. And that's wrong. That's an incorrect...
I understand, but if he's a professional, you just hear that and you ignore it and you keep going. I've had people I've done many things where I've had people in my ears feeding me misinformation. And when I was new, it would fuck me up. But when I'm in the business for 30, 40 years, you ignore it, you keep doing your show, and then after the show go, what the fuck were you talking about?
But if you've got a producer that's trying to correct you, like the producer's intent right here.
Yeah, what would that be like?
Hey, Sam, say something wrong and I'll correct you.
Whoa. That's how Mike talks to him.
But like if you've got a producer who is in your ear while you're live saying, hey, Mike, you're wrong. This is actually right.
No, I'm not.
Then your intent as a producer is to get the correct information out there, or what you think is the correct information out there. And that's wrong. Mike, in my opinion, is totally in the right here. You're spitting me wrong information. You should, if you're a producer, you should be 100% sure.
But how does he not know he's on the air?
I don't know. I'm not trying to defend whether Mike knows that he's on the air right now or not.
Because you can have this conversation later.
Well, that's what he thinks he's doing. He thinks he's
having it in a meeting. He thinks it's later? He thinks it's already later?
He thinks it is during a commercial break. He obviously...
But he didn't throw the commercial.
Maybe he did. I didn't want... We're seeing this...
He said break the tape.
Yeah, we're just seeing the clip.
But he said,
I don't know what break the tape means.
Nobody knows what that means.
You think break the tape means it's like, oh, okay, he said break the tape. Let's play a commercial. Can you imagine if I was like, okay, we're doing this like just midstream, just be like, yeah, I don't know about this Mike Francesa, break the tape, and then we just went to commercial. The audience would be like, what? We were in the middle of a conversation because the clip starts with him talking about the topic, and then he just says break the tape.
I think he meant he wants to stop recording.
That's what I think he meant. I don't think he knows he's on live.
Right, but this is the type, like when you do your when you used to do your Friday night show. It was live. It was live, but then you would also release it later.
Break the tape.
You would break the tape.
Yeah.
My assumption here is that he does this live on Twitter or whatever.
Okay.
And then the podcast is put out on his feed later that
But if that's true, then he would know he was live right now.
But I don't think he's thinking about...
I don't think he knows he's live. I don't think he's throwing a commercial because in the beginning of this clip, he's talking about the topic and then he just says break the tape.
I don't know what break the tape means.
Danielle, you just went to college, right?
Yeah.
Did they teach you what break the tape means?
No.
Fuck.
Just know
Mike.
what tape is.
You don't know what tape is?
I mean, I Googled break the tape, nothing comes up.
Fuck.
I Googled break the tape radio, nothing comes up.
Mike, you did 10-10 wins for a long time. Your dad's a legend in the business. Does he ever say break the tape around the house?
I've never heard. Maybe we get someone from the Connecticut School of Broadcasting on the phone.
I think Dave LaGreca taught there for a while. Maybe he knows what break the tape means?
Give him a call.
Okay. Yeah. Dave, what's break the tape?
I bet you Eric Nagel would know. We should give him a call.
He doesn't even know we're on the air.
Yeah. We're not Bonfire or Bennington.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We could break that news to him.
Wait, let's break the tape to him.
Hey, Eric, guess what? We still have a show.
Go back. Good news. There's another one. Go back to the beginning of the clip because you'll hear.
No, I totally agree with you.
That's why, like, tell me when you think.
Excuse me, who's correcting me?
Oh, wait. He says, "Excuse me, who's correcting me?"
Hello. Stop. Break the tape.
I don't know what that means.
I'm going to say it means pause it.
That's what I think.
But then that's fine. But then that would imply he doesn't know he's live.
Like edit this out. We're trying to figure out what the deal is. If it's going to go to his podcast, he wants this part.
I think in his mind he's recording a podcast and he forgets that he has a camera on him and that they are streaming it live on whatever platform,
which is
Bet Rivers streams their shit on.
And I think that could be true. Which is hilarious because he got caught so many times on the Yes Network forgetting there was a camera on him. Like fool me once, Like there was this period of time, and I talked to some of his old producers. It's great.
He's got a problem with camera. Like he forgets that he's on camera.
He does, and you know what? That does lend to his credibility as the fact that he's putting it all into his broadcasting. All he cares about is the broadcasting. He forgets he's on camera. But I do know for a fact that he went through a difficult period of time when he was on the Yes Network where his wife wanted him to lose some weight. That's what I heard. I heard this. Somebody who worked for him told me that his wife wanted him to lose some weight. So that's when, he would have the Coke bottles with the label ripped off. It was not because of the sponsorship thing. It was because he didn't want his wife to know he was drinking regular Coke instead of Diet Coke. But you could tell it was regular Coke because the cap was red. So he thought he was being slick. He wasn't that slick. And here, he's helping himself to a nice bowl of ice cream, which looks like he sent one of the interns down to a soft serve station.
That looks like it might be a Carvel because I see the pink spoon, and that is a...
Or one of those frozen yogurt places you can add the toppings.
That's what I thought. It was a frozen yogurt place you could add the toppings.
Okay,
but
you think it's like a 16 handle?
A 16 handle situation. But then he puts his cue cards over the ice cream to hide it,
and then he says something like, "Hey,
are we on TV?" Yes, Mike, we're on television. You got to tell me. There's a sign. in the thing. It says on air. You're
He's
on
an old
television.
school guy. He doesn't.
He is.
You know, he started without cameras.
He is. But I mean,
But he's been on camera for decades.
yeah, this
Once you're in your habit,
Mike the Mad Dog was on Yes Forever. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
his
yeah.
show was on Yes Forever.
yeah. I mean, you could. It's been enough time that he could have developed new habits.
But I think he just completely
I think
always forgets that there's a camera on.
I agree with that. I think the entire run of the Mike Francesa radio show was on television.
Yeah.
Like, because Mike and the Mad Dog, at the end of their run, started television. Now, I mean, are any of those radio shows on TV anymore?
On the Fan? Yeah. They run on...
Boomer is.
And maybe
Yeah,
on...
Boomer and Geo are on.
Yeah.
And I feel like Craig Carton left to go to FS1.
But that's like a TV show.
Yeah, that's basically
The afternoon guys are too. Tiki and Evan and them.
And they're on TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Michael K is anymore.
Michael K is not.
Because he does middays now.
Yeah, and the afternoon show's not on TV anymore.
What? Why would it be? I mean, Michael K's not on it.
What an asshole.
It was Michael K's show.
It was Michael K's show.
Why would you just broadcast the new afternoon show?
People love
with
it.
whoever.
People love it.
Do they also complain about the Mets broadcast booth being better than them?
That's what people enjoyed.
I mean, listen, the Mets broadcast booth is better than any broadcast booth.
Don't tell Michael K.
Well, Michael K's wrong.
Yeah, because now it's like Colin Cowherd still gets broadcast on television, but again, his is more of like a
that's
television
like a TV
show designed as a radio show. I think Jim Rome is on TV somewhere.
I think he's on Twitter.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe he signed a Twitter deal. And of course, McAfee is the king of it now.
Yeah.
But again, that's like
And I think, is Rich Eisen on like Dish Network or something?
Yes, or Roku.
Roku.
I think Rich Eisen's on Roku. Dan Patrick's on something.
Yeah.
But those, again, feel like
those are television
primarily television shows that get syndicated on the radio stations. Yeah. So, okay.
But no, I think he's in the right. If you're going to be a producer and you think that your information is so important that you have to speak into your host's headphones.
To be fair, that's their only option.
Well, that's true.
He doesn't let them speak. Like
they don't have their own microphone.
Like if I'm saying something weird, you feel free to just say onto a microphone so that everybody can hear. I disagree, Sam, and I'll go, okay, let's have a conversation about that. That's not the dynamic that Mike Francesa sets up.
No, he's more of a dictator.
Yeah. They're not listening for you. They're listening for me.
But like, you better be right, and like,
especially if it's Francesa.
Especially if it's Francesa. That's what I'm saying.
You
like,
know the beast you're dealing with.
Yeah, you better be right, and you better know that the Big East tournament is already over when it's not.
Right.
I mean, this guy was so wrong about that fact.
He was off on that.
It was incredibly wrong.
I probably would have waited until I was done with the show to go like, Hot Dog, please stop feeding me information.
But he thought he was on a break.
There are no breaks.
He said, break the tape.
Are we sure that that's what that means?
Well, McClure texted me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I hate to put him on blast.
Hey, actually in Philly, what we used to say is,
he said that he asked a former WFAN staff, and no one knows what he's talking about.
They don't know about break the tape.
So this is not some like Francesa-ism that only those who know.
Maybe that was the problem. Maybe that's why this stream. I told you break the tape. What do you mean we're live?
Mike, I don't know what you're talking about.
What does that mean?
Nobody knows what the hell you mean.
What are you talking about? It's vernacular.
No, it's not.
What? Whose vernacular is it? McClure is like a student of this game.
Oh yeah,
he came up and
right. Him,
huh?
I said if anybody would know, it would be him.
If he doesn't know, and if Eric Nagel doesn't know,
well, we don't know. If I'm sure I have a.
He doesn't know where to show.
That's true.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't know what break the tape is.
Yeah, but we'll never know because they'd be like, "Oh, they were talking about you on Sam Roberts' show." He'd be like, "What? What is that?
What?
The wrestling show podcast?
What? You mean his Instagram account?"
Who's correcting me? Who was that?
Also, by the way,
I also love too that he's looking for the name. Give me the name. Like he can't just go like he can't just be cool for a second and go, "Hey, just so you know, like that was misinformation." He has to. I want to
He
know.
wants to know who to yell at.
Who said it, so I know who to punish. It's not good management skills.
It's very Samuel Jackson. Say what again?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
But also to defend Mike.
He loves Mike Francesa. I got to start treating Travis like Mike treats his guys because I don't think.
If
I
you
don't
asked,
think
if
because
you
I've
asked
seen.
us,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how shitty Travis would get and how quickly he would get that shitty Working with Mike Francesa?
I wouldn't work for Mike because of that. But can you imagine having to ask us 10 times who said something? Like, just fucking, just say it. Just say
I can't
who it
imagine
was.
that. You know why?
Why?
Because I work with Hot Dog. And Hot Dog is the type.
He owns up to his mistakes.
No, he doesn't.
All right, that's a good point.
Great counterpoint on my part.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you got me there.
No, he'd sit there trying to pass the buck. I go, Hot Dog, it's just me and you. Who are you passing the buck to? No, because you had said, no, I hadn't.
If I'm asking as the boss, hey, who said that? And obviously they are not giving him an answer because he keeps saying, who said it?
And you know, you've worked with radio guys, Sam. You know that, like, the ego on these guys, and if somebody says the wrong thing into the ear, they're going to freak out. They're not going to roll with the punches.
And you're right.
They're not allowed to have microphones.
You're right. They're not. But just like making the conscious choice to be like, you know what type of person I'm going to be? I'm not going to roll with the punches. It's like, why?
I mean, that's who he's been.
I know, but why?
Because he's miserable inside. He's not a happy person. You know
That's
what I mean?
why
Like,
people call up and say, hey, Mike, do you think the Mets are going to go 162-0 this year?
Hey, before you call the show, why don't you read a book, okay? It's a great thing to call it. just
opening day, the Mets win, and somebody calls and says, hey, Mike, Mets look pretty good this year. You think they go 162-0?
Just to rile them up.
Just to fuck them up.
They stay on the line for hours to do it, too.
Yes, hours.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? When Mike points that out, when he goes, you were on hold for 2 hours, this is all you got to say? I'm at home going like this. What a hero. What a hero that guy is. I'm glad he did that.
And by the way, it's not like it used to be. Like, it's pretty easy to just put your cell phone down and just wait to be picked up and do other shit.
Throw it on speaker. You're picking your kids up from school.
Yeah.
You're, shh, Daddy's waiting to fuck
It's
up
not
Mike
like it used to
Francesa.
be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people with so many stories that I sit there and I am just bored through their stories. But if I was hanging out with a friend of a friend, and that friend of a friend was like, yeah, I used to wait on hold for 2 hours to fuck up Mike Francesa, he could have me in stitches. Tell me every call you made. I want to know.
That's someone you would want to have a conversation with.
Oh, I mean, I could have, and then I'd be like, I would want to hang out again just so he could tell me the story, the exact same stories again. All right, let's try to get through this.
Who said that?
Oh, it was playing.
No, it was playing.
Who was talking to me?
Give him an answer.
But maybe they're
Well,
fucking
what
with
were
them.
you guys
say
talking about? Because I heard it in my headset. I thought you were talking to me.
No, we
now,
broke the
who
tape.
said that the Big East has been won already?
Maybe they want to throw their boss under the bus.
You just
like
said that.
somebody's Like,
Right. Maybe their boss told them to say it.
Yeah.
And so they're like, fuck.
Oh, I see what. Yeah,
Yeah, but who said it?
Right?
Yeah.
that's why it's like.
Okay, one of you guys just said that St. John's has won the Big East tournament. They have not won the title yet. You win the title tomorrow night.
Can you
The
pause for a second?
championship trophy goes.
I loved it in their heads. They're going like, okay, we were wrong about St. John's. You were wrong about the fact that you're not on the air right now. Like, because the staff knows he's live.
They let him sit in it for a while.
Because he's yelling at them. He's treating them not like human beings.
I don't see it that way.
Okay, well, you love to be treated like a human being.
I don't think he's yelling at
You
him.
don't have any empathy in your soul.
Hey, ask this guy to find the terms of service.
But he's not yelling at him right now.
That's right. It's his tone. It's his tone.
It's his tone, but also his tone.
Can you believe that of all people, Travis is defending the boss, yelling at the...
I kind of understand it though, because they're saying the wrong information into the host's ear.
They're giving him the wrong
Okay,
information.
2
and his
seconds
tone-
ago-
But his tone is only the way that his tone is because they continue to not tell him the information he
Mike,
wants to know.
I mean, crazy dad. 2 seconds ago, I said that's misspelled. Troy said, well, you can read it. Fuck you. And now he's going like, no, they're allowed. I mean, I need to start
Yeah, but
conducting...
you don't roll with the punches. You have to point out every single spelling flaw.
You are my
But
friend.
exactly. You are
like, hey,
Okay, and
hey,
apparently you
who's
guys-
writing these phones today?
apparently you guys love that because he's doing the right thing.
No, you're just as much of a dick as he is.
You said he's in the right.
He is in the right.
if they're
Okay,
giving
so
him-
then that's how I'm going to act going forward.
Ooh, big change.
if I
Who said that? Which one of you just said big change? Somebody said it.
Huh?
What? Who said it?
I see. This is a conversation I would love to have heard the other side.
Yeah.
Because, like, what are they saying? When he keeps saying, who said that? What are they saying?
I don't think they're saying anything.
They're looking at each other going, fuck him.
I think somebody said, "Hey, say this." That one of the lower staff people said it, And then it's like, I don't want to get called out on it. I didn't give that information. Somebody else gave that to me. And they don't want to throw the other person under the bus.
And they're not like WFAN employees. They're
Bet Rivers employees.
They're podcast producers. They're probably
interns.
making no money. They've got like 6 other shows that they produce.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is he acting?
And he's a dickbag to them, so they're like, fuck him.
Because that's the other thing. He's acting like he's still #1 in New York. And they're sitting there going like, we're making $15 an hour. Like,
If that. You're on like the 8th most popular betting website's podcast platform.
Right. They're sitting there going like, who cares who said it? Like, just do your fucking show,
Move
dude.
on, dickhead.
Yeah.
Hey, old man.
Yeah. Who's going to tell this idiot he's still alive? Whatever. Should we tell him who said it? No. Don't tell him.
That's the other thing. Like, you're right in a sense that like the people that are working for him, I would assume, have no idea who he was. You know, so like
there's a good chance of that because
so
they're
they're
probably
probably going to be like, "Hey, it's already been won."
Yeah.
Stupid old man.
Right.
Not knowing that they're
probably
totally wrong.
Danielle coming out of college going like, okay, I guess this is kind of like a job in broadcasting. Yeah, this would be a good first job. And then they got to deal with some guy who thinks he's still #1 in New York.
Yeah, like this guy was famous when my grandparents were around.
Yeah, like, okay, oh boy, I'm really scared.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they are feeding him wrong information.
Oh, I can't wait till you feed me wrong information.
I do it all the time.
I know.
But I say it on the air. I don't give it to you to come off as you're the one saying it. I don't try to correct you like behind the scenes.
So you're saying that because I leave your mic on, I don't get to yell at you?
No. I'm saying that
because I need to figure out how to do this so that I can yell at you.
I'm saying that they're in his headset trying to get him to say what they think is the right information, but it's wrong.
Say it.
I in this position get to just be wrong in my own voice. You know what I mean?
It would be funny if you had a direct feed to me and you were like, Mike Francesa's still on the fan?
Like,
yeah, Mike Francesa's still on the fan. You're just chuckling to yourself.
Like, now it's coming out of your mouth. You're the one who said it.
Shit! Plus, there are Twitter accounts dedicated to every time I say something wrong.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
For everyone involved.
Yeah, well, imagine there's a Sam Roberts Twitter account just making you look like an asshole every day.
Every day.
They're not making him look like an asshole. He's doing it himself.
Hey, good luck with that. It's not going to be a very successful Twitter account, I don't think.
All right, we're still only a third of the way.
Fuck. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Goes with tomorrow night's winner. It does not go with the regular season champion. It can't, because if it did, why the hell would you have a tournament?
He's right.
So you're wrong about that. The title goes to who wins
So you're
tomorrow.
wrong. Okay, fine, I'm wrong.
They are the regular season champs, but that's not the championship for the title.
Okay,
The
fine.
title, the trophy, comes to the winner of tomorrow night's game, no matter who it is. They have to do that. Because
Okay.
otherwise, why the hell have a tournament?
No, I know you said that.
If St. John's had already won the title, what are these 4 days for?
Can you pause? I'm sorry.
Now you're just saying the same thing over and over.
And he doesn't even think he's on the air.
No, he
this
does not think he's on
This
the
is
air.
who he is in real life.
We've broken the tape.
The tape's broken. He decided to break the tape long ago. And he thinks to himself, if I don't break this down, because this is a guy who loves telling people that they're wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is a guy who loves like talking down to you and going, let me explain how wrong you were. But what I'm really doing is getting the opportunity to be right. I love to talk down to you where I'm right and you have to apologize for being wrong.
Which, if I know that as a producer, I better be damn sure I'm right before I give him any information, because he loves to be right. You know what I mean?
I gotta start being more like that. I roll with the punches too much, Troy.
You've also got good guys around you. You don't need
Where?
to do that mean. One to your right.
Yeah, right over here, buddy.
Yeah.
My dog.
Pound it out.
Yeah. Not sure that's what you spell O'Reilly, but if you can, I think. Let's go back to Mike Francesa.
So whoever said that is wrong. The championship of the league is decided tomorrow night.
All right.
That's the title. That's who holds up the trophy. Whoever wins tomorrow night
fix the
cuts down
tape?
the nets.
Now it's like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, can we put the tape back together now?
Like, I am on his side to an extent, but it's like, okay, once you say it 4 times in a row, I got it, Mike. Okay.
Put the tape back on.
Okay, let's unbreak the tape.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So whoever said that doesn't know what they're talking about. Right?
Funny way of saying.
So insulting.
But he's right.
Oh, but it's insulting.
Okay, I mean that's a way to say it, but he's right.
It's rude.
Whoever said that does not know what they're talking about.
Okay, but you don't have to dehumanize somebody. I mean, for what? Because you're on the Bet Rivers podcast? Like, come on.
What they're talking about. All right?
Okay.
Now let's go back and start this over again. And I don't want to hear you.
That's what everybody's like, what?
Run it back. Let's start this over.
Mike, what do you mean start it back?
This is the show, Mike. See that 237? They're also watching this.
By the way, how do like 12 people leave while this is happening?
They're fucking jerks. I mean, this is the greatest. This is the greatest. I can't believe that it hasn't skyrocketed while this is happening, but you're right, it's down to 225. And I tell you, as much as I want to talk to the people who prank call Mike and wait on hold for 2 hours, anybody that like goes like, oh, that Mike, I can't take it, I turn it right off. It's like, get the fuck out of my house.
Oh, this guy's yelling at his staff. I'm out.
I don't want to hear that. Oh, really? Well, that's all we're listening to.
All right? Now let's go back and start this over again. And I don't want to hear you guys in my headset, okay? So whoever's bleeding through, knock it off.
Knock it off.
Because I heard you guys talking, and the information you were given was wrong.
And now they got to figure out should we tell him in his headset that he's live? I mean, he doesn't want to hear us in his headset.
Or should we just pretend like, okay, we're rolling?
Okay, all right, tape is no longer braked.
I think they're just hoping he just moves on.
Yeah, because
stop talking about this.
It's 2 minutes already. Like, I got it.
Well, he's got to make a point.
And I don't know how to break a tape.
Also, I'm still trying to figure out the tape.
What were you talking about?
What?
What?
Oh, we'll start over again. We broke off the air, didn't we?
Broke off the air.
Okay. So that's probably what he's thinking.
Break the tape means break off the air. But does that mean he thinks you just stop the stream like midstream and then start the stream again?
Cancel it.
Cancel it. Don't worry about it. Oh, so he's probably super bummed because already they were feeding him misinformation. Now he says break the tape, and these inexperienced nudniks don't even know what break the tape means.
Over again. We broke off the air, didn't we?
There you go. Yeah.
We're live? This is all on the air, just yell at you guys? What? You gotta be kidding me.
This rules.
You gotta be kidding me.
You know what my favorite part of this whole thing is?
Like he
just
knows.
the deep exhale. Like, not again.
Everybody knows I'm an asshole.
Like, he's probably really happy doing a podcast that, like, not nearly as many people listen to, just like a quiet podcast where he can do whatever he wants. He gets his paycheck. He doesn't have to worry about the books. He doesn't have to worry about people concentrating on what he's doing. And he knows there's always these lurkers. There's always people waiting for him to do something like this. Oh.
You guys have got to be kidding me. All right. I apologize for that outburst, okay, folks? All right. I didn't realize we were live. I thought we were taping this. Okay, that's my mistake. I didn't realize that. Now, so this is going to go viral now because I yelled at you guys. You realize that?
Like it's their fault.
Yeah.
But the championship goes to tomorrow night's team, but that's not the point.
No, he's trying to get back into the show. By the way, I was right.
So just to recap, I was completely right.
If we could just ignore that last 3 minutes.
And he knows exactly where it's going.
Of course. He tries to be a good sport. He shows up at FrancescaCon. And
that was huge.
Still. Brad in Portland.
Hey, Sam. Hey, first off, your phone screener, the best in the industry, needs a raise.
Wow. Whoa. Congrats, Troy.
Second, this is a very Bill O'Reilly, fuck it, we'll do it live rant, right?
It really is, except it is live.
It is live, true.
Yeah.
All right, I love you guys.
This is reminiscent of that. I mean, people just get mad at their staff.
Phil flew off the handle, though.
He really did. At least Francesca wasn't yelling. He was talking down to. He was being condescending. He wasn't yelling and cursing. I mean, Bill O'Reilly.
You ever see this, Danielle?
No.
You never seen Fuck It, We'll Do It Live, Fuck It?
No.
Oh, this is legendary.
Is it like a sports thing?
No, this is, so Bill O'Reilly was he was like the original Tucker Carlson. He's like a big conservative political television show host before he got fired because I think he was trying to use a loofah on an intern or something like that. I don't remember all the details.
No.
Yeah, all kinds of weird shit came out.
It was pretty
Gotta
close.
exfoliate.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he was using.
But before he was a political guy, he hosted this Inside Edition show, which is one of these news magazine shows, like tabloid news magazine shows. But he always took himself very seriously, and this never aired live, except somebody who probably hated him,
and he probably talked down to.
I mean, found the tape somewhere in the Inside Edition library and decided to put it on the internet. And it's one of the greatest things you'll ever see. I'm so glad you've never seen it.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know what... whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but... Now, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Honey? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out?
Sting is going to do... It's a video. Sting video.
Can you pause for a second?
Mm-hmm. So I understand what's going on.
100%. They want him to say to play us out.
Here's Sting.
And then they
the
play
musical artist.
So he doesn't leave. He doesn't end the show. A tape of Sting playing music ends the show with him saying to play us out.
And no one should be this mad 30 seconds in.
No. I mean, nobody should be this. It's like, I cannot. And I hope one day, I hope to God, one day I get so successful in my career that I really do start treating people like shit. Because it seems so delightful. But I have never... I mean, I've worked with teleprompters and teleprompter operators and all this stuff. And all I can think about is like, look, I get to stand here and just talk into the camera for a living. That's my job. It's the dumbest job you could ever have. Meanwhile, there are people who are probably making less money than me who have to write the words for me to say into the camera. Like, guess what I'll never do? Scream at the people writing the words for me to say into the camera as if I'm that, like, grandiose and important. I'm literally just reading the words. You could have anybody reading those words.
Also, it's not live, so there's no reason to get this upset.
No.
Wait, is there nothing on the teleprompter, or he doesn't want to say what's on it?
I think he doesn't understand how to say what's on it, and he's so full of himself that he doesn't just want to go, hey, could you guys just explain to me what I'm supposed to do?
Right.
I believe there's a time limit. I believe he's in a like, this is like a show that's kind of airing as it's, because that's why I'm going to do it live. Because he's now it's past the commercial break.
Like the tape is on now of whatever story they're doing, so he wants to record this now.
And then they play it when it goes back to live.
In like 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes. He has a 2-minute window. So you think he's freaking out that...
But as opposed to just saying, oh, okay, do we have time to do this? Should I just do this live? That's what you can do.
Right, but, if there's obviously other things bothering him. This is just the straw that breaks the camel's back.
You think it's loofah related?
I think it's a lot of things related.
They lost the package.
Yeah, I forgot about the package.
Can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Honey? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do... It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
He's furious.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay.
That's your fault.
5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Watch.
I mean, why, right?
Ew.
I disagree with
what
Troy.
A gross display.
Why?
It is a gross display.
Grow up.
I think what he means by live is that he'll just do it in the moment. Not that they're actually live on, because there's no way.
Like, I'm not reading that prompter.
Yeah. I'm just going to do a live shoot.
But why does he seem like he's in a hurry to get it? Just like,
because he's an asshole.
Get your thoughts together and just do it at your leisure.
Because he just wants to get out of there. You saw how quickly he took his jacket off.
Oh yeah, he's ready to go.
Yeah. I think what he meant was like,
but yeah, I mean,
I'll write it myself. I'll just do it off the top of my head. This is a really good clip, but I'm not going to play it right now. And we'll just do it live. We'll do it off the cuff.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff is
still a complete asshole.
It's not tough.
No.
Although Travis will hand me a live read to pre-tape and he'll say ad lib, and I go, I'm not fucking ad libbing.
Yeah, you go off. I can't wait to release those tapes.
You saving them?
You keep it a stockpile.
Miguel in Los Angeles.
Hey Sam, like you have been mean to your staff. Like, didn't you tell Shitloaf that he was the worst person you ever worked with?
Yeah, I didn't yell it. But he was. Also, he was.
You told him that.
He was, and by the way, I was very hesitant in telling him that. But, like, it was asked, I think. Like, there's a reason for me to say it, and I had to rate. Also, it was kind of a funny thing to say in the moment.
And you didn't lie.
But I didn't lie. I didn't then scold him and explain to him what's right and wrong. Also, that was like, I mean, come on. Miguel, what are you? I'm calling up talking about old shit? We don't talk about old shit.
You talk about the 90s almost every week. What are you talking about?
No, I don't think so. I don't think. Plus, the 90s are back, dude.
That's true, and also, like, you did have a chance to ask E-Rock about this. Yeah, if you saw my Instagram post on Jim and Sam Take Memes, you should ask him.
You mean yesterday?
Oh, Miguel, bravo.
Miguel, that was a mistake. That you put up fake news and a misleading post. That was Brendan Sagalow that was in here yesterday.
Really? Could have fooled me.
Okay, thank you, Miguel. Could have fooled
All right,
me later. Could have fooled me.
Miguel has a funny Instagram.
Look good to me.
Jim and Sam Dank Memes. Give him a nice plug.
Okay. Puma, our friend Puma in Chicago. What's up, Puma?
There we go.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Puma.
And good morning, Danielle.
Hi.
Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, the best was when Sour Shoes would call, from the Stern Show, would call Mike and fuck with him. That was some of the best calls. And it got him so pissed.
I can only imagine, Puma.
All right.
I can only imagine. I can't. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, look, the people. How dare you laugh at Puma? The people.
Riveting, right?
I mean, it's just people fucking with Mike Francesa will never get old. It's just a fun thing. I think, Mike, much to your chagrin, we're gonna save Bernie for tomorrow. I can't just do hours upon hours of local sports.
Oh, I
guys.
think we certainly could.
There's so much going on, and that's what I don't want to do is rush through Bernie because I'm getting tired of talking about disc jockeys. I want to give him his just due.
Bernie does deserve his due.
However, Travis, I sent you something this morning. Oh, yeah. I do want to highlight last night, speaking of radio, was the iHeartRadio Awards. Oh. Did we all watch the iHeartRadio Awards?
No. Was Nagel there?
No. It's music.
He's on iHeart.
No. It's Music Awards. Stop talking about that. It's Music Awards.
Stop talking about what?
Nagel.
But certainly they'd have him working the carpet to do some interviews.
No,
right?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're done talking
Was
about
he
that.
hosted on the red carpet?
Of course not.
What do you mean, of course
He's got a big
not?
show.
He's got a big show over there.
I don't know anything about that. No, because we don't know about each other's shows. So,
So you're not aware that he has a show.
Does he have a show?
I heard.
Yeah, everybody else knows about it. It's in the zeitgeist.
Oh, okay. I got to check the zeitgeist more often. That's on me.
Sure.
No, it was or maybe it was the iHeart Music Award. What was it called, Danielle? iHeart Radio?
iHeart Awards.
I think iHeartRadio Music Awards.
iHeart Radio Music Awards.
I think.
That sounds right. I'll take your word for it.
I don't know.
Because they were going like this. There needs to be more music award shows.
Yeah, like who the fuck? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know. I mean, they get these artists to show up somehow. I have no idea.
How much they paying them?
Music.
Yeah, is it iHeart Music?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
iHeartRadio Music.
iHeartRadio Music. So you nailed it. Look at you. Yeah, I don't know how how they do this, but they get these artists to show up. I guess I don't know if they're just paying them.
They have to be. Well, Billie Eilish isn't going to the iHeart Music Awards,
but she was there.
Yeah, she performed.
Wow. I mean, look, maybe it is like radio is still, I think, important for these artists. Like they want these conglomerates to play their music, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, radio. I mean,
is it?
I don't know.
I mean, there's like top 40 radio stations have like I mean, I guess if you're one of the 20 songs in their playlist.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Satellite radio has way more juice than FM, I think, at this point.
Yeah. And I mean, I know all the comics like to get on satellite radio because they get paid.
Right.
You know, so that's something. Yeah, that's true. You probably make a lot more money per play on satellite radio than you do per like spin on or stream on Spotify or anything like that.
Yeah,
like a lot more.
And I mean, there's top 40 radio stations, but like they have such a tight playlist.
Right.
I guess to get in that, if you can get in there, that's a good thing. But
right, I don't know how they do it, but I do know that they're still somehow. I guess alternative is still a genre.
I guess.
But then, but I've seen before, like years ago, obviously, it'd be like the best alternative act, and it's like Gautier, and I'm like, what? What? Isn't it supposed to be like?
Gautier and Foo Fighters.
Right. I'm like, okay, all right. What is it the alternative to?
Pop.
Pop music. Pop or rap.
I think the question is, can Sabrina Carpenter win this category? If the answer is no, then it's alternative.
I see. Because wasn't alternative rock supposed to be the alternative to what rock was at the time?
Yeah, but then alternative rock became the pop.
Alternative rock became the pop, so then, but it's still alternative.
Then there's rock.
So what is it the alternative to?
Pop, rap, or dance,
or rock,
country,
or now.
Because there's alternative. But then there's an alternative Grammy and there's a rock Grammy.
Yeah, because then it's just rock.
Well, rock would be like Metallica,
right?
And then
like St. Vincent wins alternative.
Or yeah.
All right.
It's confusing.
It is, plus especially since
it doesn't matter anyway. None of them are televised. Like I was surprised that this was televised.
This was on Fox.
No. I mean the Rock Awards.
Oh, they do award shows just for rock?
No. I mean rock awards.
Oh, like they do it.
Like there's no.
No. I know exactly what you're saying. That's
they don't televise best rock album in the Grammys anymore.
Right. That's like at the Science Awards.
Right. Yes.
That they did yesterday.
Yeah. I would assume this was only televised on the iHeart Awards because they paid Green Day to be there.
Gotcha. And they're not going to waste their money not to televise. Right. So
I don't know who the other nominees were, but they definitely weren't there.
Yeah, because they were like, hey, we're putting you down, but I mean, you're not going to win.
Unless it was Lenny Kravitz. He has nothing going on.
Is Lenny Kravitz alternative?
I mean, he was probably nominated for whatever award this was.
This was alternative.
Okay, yeah, he was probably nominated.
What's he the alternative to?
Pop.
He's not pop.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway, I didn't see this.
Well, if you look it up, it says he's known for blending rock, funk, soul, and R&B.
That's alternative.
That's alternative.
Are you gonna go my way?
Oh, okay. When you say it like that, I go, I guess that's the alternative.
I could never get into him, by the way.
That song wasn't bad.
What about
But I wasn't get album from BMG. I wasn't using one of my penny albums on that.
I mean, they were free. You could have just it would have been so easy. That's so insulting to Lenny Kravitz.
Nah, I couldn't get into him.
I never had a Lenny Kravitz album either.
No.
I mean, I guess I would leave it on if you were flipping around MTV and it was like
And I can't stand American Woman.
What? That's on the Austin Powers The Spy Who Shagged Me soundtrack.
Yeah, the movie's still great.
It's not offensive.
It's not offensive. It's just there.
Fly Away, that's not a bad song.
Whatever.
I mean, Fly Away is like dentist office music.
Of course, but
I'd rather Fly. I'd rather have Fly.
By Sugar Ray?
Yeah.
It ain't over till it's over?
Yeah.
How about 4-Post Bed? So Green Day accepted their alternative. It's amazing too that
Congrats to them.
after 30 years in the business, you can still be the alternative and not the mainstream. But
who's that? Brian Regan?
Yeah, that's no. I believe that's Billy Idol. Isn't
good
it?
for him.
Yeah.
I love that Billy Idol has evolved to the point that he looks like Brian Regan. But yeah, I believe that that's Billy Idol.
See, this is how I know they're just like paying people and getting anyone who wants to go to be there.
Right.
In no other world is Billy Idol presenting an award in 2025.
To Green Day in 2025.
What else has he got going on?
That's right.
Billy Idol's still crushing it.
He's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's trying to get his name out there.
And he should.
He's probably hoping they do a second Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
You
He's
know,
like,
it's not that far fetched.
No, I mean, he saw Happy Gilmore too. He's like, how about Wedding Singer?
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, is there going to be a sequel to Billy Madison or Wedding Singer?
What about Wedding Singer?
Like, who said Wedding Singer?
Chicken or fish?
It was him. So this was Green Day's acceptance speech at the iHeart Radio Music Awards.
Okay.
All right, I'll do it. I wrote a speech. I didn't do it on a teleprompter and I can't see it. Wow, I don't know what to say. I guess the only thing I can say is I'll keep on rocking and rolling to keep making music and better songs. You know, it seems we make these records and sometimes they're considered filthy by some people. But I don't think that's true. This music we make can make people feel better. They can help. They really can, and I really believe that. So we can always do better. So I'm gonna keep trying. If you guys keep trying, let's keep rocking and rolling.
Okay, so.
Oh, cool. Linkin Park won Album of the Year. That's how you know.
Rock album. It's the best rock album.
That was the best rock album.
My favorite.
Okay.
So you see
what was going on?
The audience didn't know how to take that. It was like, what are they doing?
Mike was having a great time.
Yeah, he was
cracking up back there.
Yeah, and Trey thought it was pretty good too.
Trey's just happy to be there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And he saw he was reading off the cards and everything. You're like, what the fuck kind of troll is this?
Yeah.
I didn't want to tip you off. That's why I didn't prep you for it.
Oh, okay.
Could you look up...
what is this really from? Okay.
I mean, wait till you find out how genius this is.
Okay.
Because there were so many people going like, are they okay?
Yeah.
Is he illiterate? Like, what's wrong with him? Could you look up Dirk Diggler's acceptance speech from Boogie Nights?
That's great.
Dirk Diggler's acceptance speech from the Porn Awards at Boogie Nights. And see if there's any similarities that you catch between these two speeches, even in the way that Billy Joe was going through his cards.
Okay.
Is this Marky Mark again?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You never seen Boogie Nights? Wait till you see this.
Everything comes back to him.
Boogie Nights amazing. Paul Thomas Anderson. There it comes.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I guess the only thing I can say is I'll promise to keep rocking and rolling and making better films. You know, it seems we make these movies, and sometimes, they're considered filthy or something by some people. But I don't think that's true. These movies we make, they can be better. They can help. They really can. I mean that. We can always do better. I'm going to keep trying if you guys keep trying. Let's keep rocking and rolling, man.
Okay.
I mean,
That's brilliant.
it's brilliant. And then that's why, in context, at the end of his speech,
when he
does the kung fu move that Dirk Diggler does.
Yeah. It's great.
I mean, is that not awesome? To go to the iHeart Awards and just straight up
That is funny.
do the Dirk Diggler speech.
Oh, that's so funny.
Uh,
All right. Shout out Green Day.
Green Day's still awesome.
They could still be,
they're still cool.
Yeah.
They're still great.
I like that a lot.
Thank
you for not prepping me.
That's what I was like. I could just say, but I said it's easy enough to find. And I'd much rather you just see the speech go, what? I mean, I get that it's kind of a troll, but I don't think I understand the joke. And then
used during the tune. Yeah.
Dirk Diggler speech from Boogie Nights, and nobody got it. That's the best. A joke that nobody gets that you do in the most public way possible is one of my favorite things.
And also, like, you're Green Day. You've won so many awards.
You did it.
What are you going to do? Thank your producer again?
Yeah.
Are you going to thank God again? Are you going to say, I'm so lucky to be here again?
I can't believe I'm here. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. You're one of the 5 biggest rock groups in the world right now.
Right. And on that list, honestly, like, you're on the list of biggest bands of all time.
Yeah.
And it's iHeart. Who gives a crap?
Who gives a
That's
fuck?
a great point.
But
It's
the
not the
iHeart,
Grammys.
yeah.
Right, this ain't the Grammys.
Nobody gives a shit.
I mean, I'm shocked they got Lady Gaga there. I saw her in the audience.
Well, she's
has
got a new album.
record to promote.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that new album. Lady Gaga's going as many places as she can right now.
I don't know how good it is.
Well,
You
she's
listen
got
to it?
that. She's got that Abracadabra song.
I do like. I like the hook of that.
It's a
song.
good album.
Abracadabra.
It's a good. The album's good.
Yeah,
I
the
listened to it
album's
once
good.
through, and I was kind of like,
Listen again.
You said that about Watch the Throne.
oh yeah, that's two totally different.
Remember when Watch the Throne came out? You're like, well,
Lady Gaga. I have like a love-hate relationship with Lady Gaga.
go ahead.
Well, just there's some stuff I think she does that's excellent, and there's some stuff I'm just like, what the hell is this?
What do you like?
The Tony Bennett stuff?
You like the Tony Bennett stuff?
You know what I saw the other day that's really good? There's video of her.
You know,
with,
you're joking, but
her with Metallica. And they did Metallica's song.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, damn, she fucking kills this. She looks good on stage with Metallica. Like, you think that could be something where you're like...
I saw that.
I liked when Avril Lavigne performed at the Metallica Icons
Why are we
concert.
talking about Avril Lavigne?
You always
She
comes
also
back to
performed.
Avril.
She performed.
Oh, we're talking about Lady Gaga.
No, because she performed Metallica as well, and she did great. And it was peak Avril.
This isn't about...
Avril?
No.
Why not?
And you have to, if you look it up, you have to go to the one that was their sound check because...
Yeah, the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, dress
I don't know if Avril was there for the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, she didn't need to be.
She just did the performance.
She's dead anyway.
Not the second one.
Second one's still here.
Body Double is still good to go. She's on tour.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like, man, she looks pretty badass and sounds good.
I mean, I guess, but like, you're like, I have a love-hate. I only like some of the stuff Lady Gaga does, mainly Metallica. And it's like, yeah, but you love Metallica.
This is yes, but she's with one of the most amazing rock bands of all time. There's a chance of her looking really dumb.
Yeah, this can backfire.
This could backfire, and she could sound like shit. Like she's next to James Hetfield.
Yeah, but she's real. Like,
look at her move. Like she looks sexy. She looks badass.
She sounded great when she did Dick in a Box.
She sounded great. I mean, she's very talented.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is very talented.
Wow, she sounds great.
She sounds exactly like Het.
No, that's great.
Yeah, killer.
By the way, how great is Metallica?
They're fantastic. They rule
Still
hard.
ripping. Still
ripping, dude. Lars survived being a nerd about the whole Napster thing.
Total turd.
What an asshole.
He's still kind of like a little bit of a goof, but he's
Yeah.
like a lovable goof at this point.
But he's definitely the turdiest one in the group.
Oh, hands down.
I mean, for sure.
Not without a shadow of a doubt.
There's not even a close second.
Kirk rules. James rules. Mark Trujillo rules.
Mark
Trujillo.
What is it?
Rob,
whatever. James Newsted rules.
You're the only Mark.
James Newsted. What the fuck are you talking about? Jason Newsted.
James.
Whatever.
Everybody's named James in Metallica. According to Travis, everybody's named James.
Who would you rather hang out with? Jason Newsted or Kirk or Lars?
James Hammett.
You'd rather hang out with Jason.
Probably, yeah. But he's not in Metallica anymore.
No, I know.
he's
That's
not.
what I'm saying. I'm saying even the former members.
Who was the first bass player in Metallica? Cliff.
I think his name was. I believe his name was James.
James Burton. Actually, I think it was Tony Burton.
You remember Tony Burton?
Like vehicles and subjects.
You were trying
An
to get
advanced
there. You
laser
didn't.
rangefinder
I stay up.
and
No, this
of
is
lines
great.
or surfaces.
Yeah, but what Lady Gaga stuff of Lady Gaga
live
do you like?
overviews
Well, I
of
like
searched
the
areas
first.
and
Remember the
facilitates
first record?
remote flight
We
control,
loved that record.
enhancing team collaboration.
Remember? But
The
anything
04
past that, you're
Enterprise
like,
Video
No.
facilitates remote control.
That's a silly.
okay, so past
Stupid.
that.
I mean, you're old. Don't forget.
Series
You're not that much younger than
in urban areas. The DJI
I'm a lot
Cellular Dongle 2 provides stable
You're in your late 40s.
performance. Fusion
Almost 50.
I would say almost.
That's not how you
designed
describe it.
customers and
No, so
stay
it
up.
was. Hey, I'm looking at her records. Like, okay,
I
so
mean, she had a ton of
she
good.
had the Fame in 2007.
Then the Fame Monster. That was the
that
big,
was 09.
massive thing.
Born This Way, not that great.
Oh, come on. Born This Way is iconic.
Okay, name
it's a
one
good
song
album.
off of Born This Way that
Edge
other
of
than Born This Way.
Glory.
Edge of
You
Glory.
And I.
Oh, You and I is
Marry
incredible.
the Night. Come on.
Oh.
Do you guys know these?
Art Pop.
Teeth.
I don't think Art Pop did really well.
No, Art Pop did not do well.
Then she did the Cheek to Cheek with what's his name, Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, you love that.
You know, it's not bad.
Because that's more Troy's speed these days.
The standards?
You love the standards.
Joanne or Joan or whatever that.
You can't even read. I believe it's Joanne, and that's the song that's the album that has A Million Reasons on it. That song's amazing.
Chromatica.
That didn't do too well.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, that was like COVID era. Nothing did well.
Yeah, come on, bro. You bring up
Wet Ass Pussy did well.
Different time.
true.
True.
That's only because Ben Shapiro did his
That's
version.
a good point.
Ben Shapiro covered it.
Good point. Dawn of Chromatica.
That sounds like a spin-off of Chromatica.
Well, her new album sounds more like her OG stuff, like The Fame.
And then she did the Top Gun soundtrack.
That was
Top
good.
Gun, Maverick.
That was a big movie.
Harley Quinn.
I mean, these are
on Joker. I mean, that was
Yeah,
that
she
was-
sang.
you're just-
That's not an album. She sang in
Well,
a
it's-
movie that she was acting
It's on an album here.
Yeah, the soundtrack to the musical.
Okay, but
that's not a Lady Gaga album.
You're not like that. This is great.
Shallow's a great song.
Shallow's an incredible song.
Remember that one?
Yeah, she tricked everybody into thinking that what's his name from The Hangover is actually a good singer.
Bradley Cooper?
Yeah. Tell me something. All right, let's get through it.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, that's a lot of records that are not.
No, you named every record, and we named songs off of all the records except Chromatica.
Yeah, you could name one song off a record.
And you know that one too. That's Rain on Me. You know that one?
Yup.
No.
Yeah, you do.
What
But
song?
like,
Rain on me, me,
Nope.
rain on me. Yeah.
Mm,
I'd rather meet you.
but like, let's go. Like, but the Fame
Not great,
has
but-
Just Dance, Love Game, Paparazzi, Poker Face. You know what I mean? Like, there was endless songs on there.
Yeah.
So
What's your argument?
Well, it just
I don't know.
shows that
His
her
argument-
first
his-
first record is the best. and
His
then it kinda
argument
fell
is
off.
it was better when I was younger.
Right. I mean, it's not her fault.
I mean, it is.
You think so?
She's making the records.
But this new one, I think.
All right, I'll give it another chance.
Yeah.
I listened to it once through, and it was like,
Come on.
Because she's got songs on every single record.
that abracadabra. I like the hook.
Abracadabra, abracadabra.
That's good. But then she starts doing that like theatrical, like la 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 la.
Did you watch the music video?
No, I didn't.
It's amazing.
It is?
Danielle looked at me
Yes.
like, how dare you?
Because you're
released-
coming off very judgmental.
It
and
released
you-
during the Grammys as like a
Oh, yeah, I saw
credit
that.
card commercial.
I saw
And
that.
it played the whole music video.
That's so
and I
cool.
was like,
Lady Gaga's on a credit card commercial.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Real musicians just do the soundtrack for Spider-Man.
That's cool. That's cool.
I got him good with that one. Yeah, I fucking nailed you on that one. You even got to give it up.
All right, fine.
Thank you, man. Thank you, because that was a good burn.
I'm saying as a commercial, this was pretty captivating.
And I had it in the pocket too, the Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, you did. You were ready for
I
that
fucked
one.
him up on
Yep.
that. I feel like all these musicians, every pop musician,
Go ahead.
is going. Well, now it's time for the country song.
Yeah, it's cool now.
That's what they all do. It's a cycle now where they're like, well, now I do the country song so I can cast the wider net.
Yeah, look how successful
Beyonce.
I was going to say Posty was.
Beyonce, Post,
Jelly
Beyonce, Jelly Roll. That's kind of his. Yeah, I guess Jelly Roll too. Like, and I'm going like, are you all cutting checks to Lil Nas X or no? No. And Lil Nas X started the whole shit.
He did, but he moved out of it.
Well, that's because he wanted to be satanic.
That's right.
Yeah. But he started the whole shit. And now everybody's like, oh, can you believe it? This one's doing a country song. Yeah, I can believe it.
I don't know if he started the whole shit.
He started the whole shit, dude. He invented country
Did Nelly
music.
do a country song back in the day?
You talking about country grammar?
Yeah.
No.
That was a whole album.
There was another song, I think.
St.
I don't think
Lunatics?
I believe you're talking about Over and Over Again with Tim McGraw.
There you go.
See, I knew.
You know what's up.
I knew.
I didn't know we were talking about real country.
By the way, leave it to Troy to be like, no, actually, 30 years ago there was a.
I agree with you, though. That now it's like a thing.
It's too much of a thing. I can't get behind it. Because you know why? Because I understand you're selling to me, but don't rub it in my face. Don't like I understand it's part of like every pop song is a product that is being sold to me.
Of course.
But like romanticize me a little bit.
You wanna
know
be
what
wooed?
I mean? I want to be wooed into it. I want to believe that this is actually art and you're speaking to my soul.
It's a good song.
And once you go into here's my country stuff, I'm like, okay.
And now for the country song.
Right. Now you're just.
What about Texas Hold'em? That's a great song.
This ain't Texas. I'm not listening to it.
What? That's Beyonce. You love Beyonce.
I know, and I can't do it with the country stuff.
I feel the same.
Because it's like you're selling to me now. I'm not saying it's bad songs even. I'm just saying you're like, I'm not.
And I don't typically listen to country. So
That's
it's
the
like,
other thing.
Now you're making me listen to country music.
That's
I
the
don't
other,
want to.
and I don't like that everybody that was shitting on country for so long is like, oh, you know what's great though? When this one does country or when that one does country. It's like, what about the people who actually do country?
Like Bo Cephas?
Like, would you just please call him Bo Cephas? Hank Williams III.
Right.
Right. Where,
You like real country.
Right. You guys weren't sitting around listening to Hank Williams III. Okay? You thought, like, you would skip the intro of Monday Night Football.
Sam.
I was ready.
Call him Bo Cephas.
Please call him Bo Cephas.
What about when Kid Rock does country? You like that?
Well, yeah, because he is country.
He is
Well,
country.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Plus, he lives that country life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, but he's from Detroit. That's not really country music.
Yeah, but he has adopted the full lifestyle where he's like also full on MAGA. You know what I mean? Like,
good point.
Like he's not trying to keep one foot in the pop world.
Right.
You know what I mean? If anything,
Comes from a rich family.
Michigan is kind of flyover methamphetamine America.
there it is. That's
And
what, and
that's
that's
very
country.
Meth is very country.
Very country.
And I think that's where Post and Jelly Roll slide in as well. You could see them being associated with the meth trade if they weren't in music.
Which is country.
Yeah.
And it's America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I can't.
Yeah, when Kid Rock put out Cowboy, I was like, I believe that.
Well, that wasn't a country song.
Sure it was. It was about being a cowboy.
It was about painting the sheriff's town red and then painting his wife white.
Yeah, they just use different colors of paint.
You remember when he said that?
That's funny.
I got it. What is that, innuendo?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you're of a certain
Tell me
age,
when I'm older.
when you're of a certain age and you hear that, you're like, holy shit, this might be the best music I've ever heard. Yeah, so I can't.
I mean, all those rock guys kind of cross over. I mean, look at Bon Jovi's from New Jersey. He's like, I'm a cowboy.
Yeah, he is a cowboy.
Yeah, but he rides on a steel horse.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's saying he's a cowboy on a motorcycle. That's how they do it in Dirty
Is
Jers.
that what a steel horse is?
Yeah, of course.
I know.
Troy just found out today. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, this, because it's so prevalent and in my face that this is like the next step that you can almost you can predict that it's going to happen before it happens. That's why I can't be involved.
well, there's only so many places you can go. Like if you're an artist, like you have to evolve into something. Or you
This
just keep
isn't
recycling
but
the same-
it's not an evolution.
Well, you got most artists want to try to do something different music.
It's not different though. It's the same thing that everybody else is doing.
different for them.
It's the same. So it's like, oh, this would be a different thing for me. Oh, you mean the thing that everybody else is doing? I mean, you're just following the trend.
Unless you start the trend.
You're talking about Lil Nas X?
Well, Post Malone too. I mean, he was kind of the first to sort of go into that.
I'm not mad at Post Malone.
No,
and he'd do whole albums. He didn't just dip in and say, now it's time to do this.
Right.
I think Post Malone actually evolved into it.
I mean, he started out with
And it was a risk for him too.
yes. Started out with White Iverson. Remember that song?
Yes.
That song was great. That was like a R&B jam.
This that Chappell Roan's doing, this thing that Beyonce's doing, this thing that like these are not risks.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And it kind of takes away from the country artists, too.
Right. Because and it's not bringing people into country music. Nobody's going like, oh, now that I like Chappell Roan's country song, let me see what Garth Brooks has been doing. And then somebody goes, no, I heard he's a murderer. I heard he's a serial killer and he won't tell anybody where the bodies are. Okay, never mind him. Nobody's going back and finding Alan Jackson tapes. You know, that's not happening.
What about Hank Williams III?
Please call him Bo Cephas. Hank Williams III. By the way,
I thought we were talking about country music.
you'd be surprised. Hank Williams III was not as celebrated an artist in the country genre as you might think he was.
What?
He was.
What about his grandfather?
No, I mean his grandfather and father before him were both more successful. Both Hank Williams and Hank Williams Jr. Were a little bit more successful musically. Although, I mean,
I think Hank III had a metal band, didn't he?
I mean, look, Hank III made a lot of money off the NFL, so he did well too. And he might have had a metal band. Or that might have been Hank IV. I don't know.
I kind of remember seeing the record with like the 3 on it.
That's
Maybe,
possible.
maybe like back in the 90s or something. Maybe.
Then that's possible. If it was back in the 90s, that's possible. I don't know why, but Blues Traveler song, The Hook.
I didn't turn this off.
That video's playing in front of me. Now that's a song. You know about Blues Traveler, Danielle?
Is that the name of the song?
No, that's the band.
Oh, sorry. I know that song, though. I do.
This song?
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
He talks real fast, but you got to listen to what he's saying. He's tricking you.
Hook brings you back.
The hook brings you back. He's talking about the literal hook of the song. It's pretty
meta,
self-aware, nihilistic exploration of pop music as a genre. It's kind of hard to enjoy any pop music after listening to the song.
I agree.
You know, and it's how I feel listening to these pop artists do country songs. They're just doing the blues traveler thing. Oh, okay. Actually, Greg and my dad texted me at the same time, saying the same thing. What's up, Greg?
Yo, Sam, I just heard you say Hank Thurman made a ton of money on the NFL. I don't think so, Bob. It was Hank Jr., wasn't it?
Yes, Hank Jr. was Bo Cephas. Travis gave me the wrong information in my ear.
That's my bad.
Travis, man, I don't even know how Travis still has a job after he kicked that intern in the balls 20 years ago. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know either. But it was Hank Williams Jr., who was Bo Cephas.
Hank Williams III
was the metal guy that Troy was right. So we were all on the right page. Just signals got crossed. But yes, Hank Williams Jr. is Bo Cephas. So it did skip a generation. So Hank Williams
talent?
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. It was Hank Williams, then Bo Cephas had the NFL, which was Hank Williams Jr., and then Hank Williams III was a successful musician. That's right.
It says he was in Super Joint Ritual with Phil Anselmo.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. So we got Hank Williams, and I'm sure
that's my mistake.
Yeah, you had it in my ears.
I did.
And I didn't know. I didn't know how to break the tape, so I didn't know how to deal with all that. Libby in Oregon.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How's it going today?
Great.
Good. I was just riveted by your conversation about country,
yes,
and pop, and like how they're doing that. Everybody forgets that Taylor Swift started off as country. Right?
That's right.
And then she became more pop. Miley Cyrus was pop, then went into country. And Dolly Parton now is trying to...
Breaky Heart Summer. Everywhere in that state that I went. And we landed in the airport in Nashville. So between Nashville and Paducah, Kentucky, everywhere you went, people were wearing Achy Breaky Heart t-shirts.
You're like, I'm over this.
Everywhere you went. Yeah, Taylor went from country to pop.
Yeah.
But that's that same shit Shania Twain did.
Yep.
You love Shania Twain? You feel like a woman?
I don't mind it.
Okay. All right.
I feel like Miley's just always had the country roots. And then, like, one album, Younger Now, in 2017, was a little more country-like.
Is that right?
Yes. Guys, you don't even know. Miley, she followed my fan page that I had.
Really? You had a Miley Cyrus fan page?
I'm an insane Miley Cyrus fan.
And she followed it?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I like, fan pages, like on Instagram.
Yeah, like what, would you just post pictures of Miley Cyrus all the time?
It wasn't just pictures. It was like, it was all of it.
Clips?
Videos, clips, interviews. Like
personal videos following her around.
Everything.
Right, see outside her house.
I literally would stay up until, stay up from New Jersey, yeah. I'd stay up until like 4 a.m. like working on it like a job, because at the time social media wasn't a job.
Right.
And like, I
was so you couldn't make any money
devoted.
off of it.
Nope.
It was just for the love of the game.
It was.
Wow.
Like you and John Bastow.
Yeah, I was literally...
I was a parody. I did a parody MySpace for fitness guru John Bastow, who had an infomercial called Fitness Made Simple.
Didn't he follow you?
I don't know. It was a really convincing parody.
It's fun.
It was a fun thing. I mean, I didn't keep it as active. It was more of a goof. For me, I don't think I was as big of a John Bastow fan as you were a Miley Cyrus fan.
Are you sure?
I don't think. I don't know you like that. Maybe I was, but...
Can you tell where he was based off a picture of his outfit? Because I can do that with Miley.
No.
He usually wore the same outfit.
Yeah, it was either topless or that... I think that shirt... I think that was his MySpace profile picture. Yeah, it was big at the time, but you knew where she was based on her outfit.
Yeah,
That's
like it was. I spent years and years. Yeah. So I worked on that account for a while, and then
did you give it up?
Well, no. What happened is she followed it,
right,
and then Instagram deactivated it within the same week.
Why did they deactivate it?
Devastating, because you grow this whole family, and so you have all these other people who have the accounts, whatever, and
the
so
Cyrites.
No, the Smilers. Actually.
Smilers. Oh, sorry.
But I like saw this post on Twitter being like, everyone be careful. Instagram is deactivating accounts who like, cause they think we're impersonating them. So just make sure to write fan page in your bio. Cause I don't know, my bio was like Miley Ray Cyrus or whatever. And based off the bio, it's like who you are. So you would have to just put fan page somewhere in the bio, even though you could have it lower down in the bio. You know what I mean? It's like the bolded bio.
Right.
And then on that Twitter post, it was like, here's a list of all the accounts that have been deactivated. And I saw mine. I was like, no way. No way. Because I was like, I've been doing this for years. That's not true. That's just a scam.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. And I went back to Instagram and it literally said, you've been logged out indefinitely.
And so you couldn't even like take screen grabs, save it, nothing.
I did have some. I took screenshots from like when I got over 2 million views on certain things.
Wow.
Like when she followed me and when her siblings and stuff, when her family would like certain videos.
Her family was liking the videos?
Yeah,
Did you get
Tish,
followed
Brandy. No,
what about
they
Billy?
didn't follow. No.
But
Maybe
Tish and Brandy did.
Yeah, and Noah, they liked some of my stuff.
Noah Cyrus.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really hard.
Are you still a super fan?
Yeah. For sure.
Wow. What do you do with it? Do you have an outlet anymore?
Well, no. And so I had another one. I had a backup. Cuz that was
Miley Cyrus fan page backup.
That one
That's
was more
totally normal.
It was a meme account that I made of just Miley Cyrus memes.
Oh.
It was 2016. It was a different time.
Yeah.
But then I resorted to the backup. So then
Right.
I would use the backup. But then I was becoming an adult and it was like, okay, I don't have enough time for this.
Yeah, this is slowly drifting into Bjork territory.
Sure.
Yeah.
But no, because then it would be like, no, I need this outlet. And so I was doing it up until this year, and then that one got deactivated.
What?
Literally in the start of this year.
Man, you are a rebel. Are they getting deactivated because they're too creepy?
No, it's just because
okay.
I didn't put fan page in the bio.
Why aren't you putting fan page in bios? You really are trying to trick people.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just forgot again.
That'd be weird to forget again.
I know.
Be a little bit more explainable if you were maybe trying to just dip a toe in living as Miley for just a little bit. You know what I mean? What must life be like? Did you like Hannah Montana?
Oh, yes.
You love that?
I know every word to the script of every episode. Like, you know what I mean?
Not just songs.
Like you,
like
no,
full-on
yeah, like you don't want to
episodes.
watch an episode with me because it's annoying.
Yeah. No, I could see that.
Yeah.
That's probably true. And then when she moves on, you like all the music, you like all the everything.
I got really into Miley when she was naked smoking weed.
Nice.
Not for that reason, because I was only like 12, but it just so
Sure.
happened that it was when like no one else really liked her. When I started to see like, okay,
That's right.
what's
When she started
about?
putting the like buns in her hair and like, you know, making obscene gestures with her tongue and her two fingers and things like that.
Yeah.
You love that.
There was just something about, and it wasn't for that, but it was a little bit after that. That was like Bangers. You're thinking Bangers. I'm talking Dead Pets. Miley
Dead
Cyrus and her
Pets.
Dead Pets, which was the EP from 2015. When
I was
she
thinking
had
about
no
when she was singing about people doing coke in the bathroom.
Yeah, that was 2013, 14.
Okay.
Bangers.
You remember that?
See, what was the song
Like
about
We
singing
Can't
Coke?
Stop,
Oh, yeah,
Wrecking
of
Ball.
course, I know that one.
Yeah. All right.
I got in a lot of fights and stuff because
Fist fights?
I don't think. No.
What did you say about Miley? Say it again.
No, it was like that
Wow.
with a lot of authority figures, like teachers and doctors.
Your doctor would tell you Miley Cyrus sucks?
Yes.
You fucking asshole! How dare you!
Because I brought her up into everything I could, and then
All
it
right,
would be
everything
like,
looks good here. By the way, Miley Cyrus sucks.
no, seriously. And they would be like, oh, that naked chick on the wrecking ball. And I was like, no. You,
Don't start this.
Yeah, don't start this. Because I left like dinner tables. Like I rode my bike. Like it was.
I'm riding my
I
bike
was
home.
traumatic. Yes.
Steven.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if she was, that's when she was a controversial figure.
Yeah, and I was just an impressionable little girl.
Oh, and so they were
Like,
trying to
really.
protect you.
Yes.
Wow. But look at who you became.
And look
All
at
thanks to
who
Miley.
Miley is too. No, seriously.
Seriously. I'm being serious.
No, like seriously.
That's right. That's right.
She was doing a lot of good stuff at that same time.
That's right.
Okay, guys. She's the reason why I don't eat animals. She got me on that vibe because she was the one that. Okay, I'm sorry. I know you wouldn't like that.
yeah,
but I'm
you
just
should
saying.
eat animals.
She like did a lot about like for human rights, animal rights, all these things. And as a human little kid, I didn't have any morals yet. I didn't care about anything yet.
Sure.
And so I just feel
That's like me now.
Miley, okay. Well, you need Miley then.
I do need Miley. I tell you, thanks to Miley, every time I get in a taxi cab and a Jay-Z song is on, I flip the fuck out. I mean, go crazy.
Right.
But did you get upset when she started, like, when she was going through her phase and she was like, not, you know, being, she didn't like her old stuff?
No, it wasn't that. You mean like when Malibu started to come out? And
Sure.
Okay, yeah, great.
Whatever
it was
that
like,
is.
no. It was just more, you know, Malibu.
Yeah.
When she was
Of course.
engaged
Right?
to Liam Hemsworth.
Liam what?
Liam Hemsworth?
Oh, yeah. Thor.
Okay. Brother.
Right, Thor's brother. Yeah, sure.
No, it did bother me once she started getting more popular, though. Just because I was like, you're all fake.
Right. I started liking the Disney Channel star way before you guys.
Seriously.
Yeah, I love that. That some people are like, I liked him when they were a garage band, and you're like, well, I liked her when she was a giant star on the Disney Channel.
Well, because everyone liked her when she was Hannah Montana, and then they were all like, no, she's the worst. And then they switched it back up again. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, where were you?
Yeah, where
were you? Because I've been here.
Yep.
What about the Migos song, Hannah Montana? Do you like that one?
Hannah Montana.
Sure.
Hannah Montana.
Unrelated to Miley, but
Yeah, but it
bop.
is.
I got Molly, I got White.
Hannah Montana. What about when Katy Perry performed with the Migos on SNL?
what?
It ended her career.
Yeah.
Katy Perry?
Yeah.
You didn't hear about that?
When was this?
A few years back.
Oh,
Katy-
I did know she was in like a little bit of like, where did she go?
You want to see the moment
Sure.
that she fell off?
I didn't actually
Was it
know that
swish,
it was
swish?
from one moment.
Swish, bish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It was a single moment on SNL
I remember her flop era.
with the Yeah, this is
it. This is where
I mean, has she gotten
jumped
out of
the shark.
I don't even know if she's gotten out of the flop era, to tell you the truth.
She's on tour now. Is that selling? I wonder. Or she's no.
Yeah, she got the video.
I didn't know. I gotta talk to DJ about this. I gotta talk to DJ. I didn't know you were the one who introduced the end of Katy Perry.
Wow.
I mean, her new album went nowhere.
That's right.
But she's on that. She's trying to do like that, Taylor's Eras tour. She's doing like a, I forget what it's called.
Which I mean,
I thought she was doing a residency in like Vegas or something.
I think she's doing a tour.
That's
I mean,
Backstreet
eras
Boys.
like just sing "I Kiss a Girl." Like what?
She
eras?
has other songs. That era.
Firework. Kiss a Girl,
What
Firework.
was the one she did with Kanye? That was good.
E.T.
E.T. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's right.
No, she
There's-
has a lot.
Oh, the
there you go.
Last Friday
Lifetimes
night.
tour.
The Lifetime.
The one
I
that
mean,
got
like,
away.
how-
It's so derivative.
I know. Taylor has to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Like,
Because
Kate,
at
like I
one
would call
point-
Kate. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I just did this.
At one point, they were on the same level.
They were.
And then one of them went, and the other
Katie-
one went,
Katie jumped the shark.
Yeah.
She cut her hair and danced stupid with Migos.
That's exactly what happened. And she brought that stupid backpack kid out too.
Taylor's probably like, "I'm
Ladies and
so glad I
gentlemen,
never cut my
Katy
hair."
Perry.
She literally had the best introduction
You can't
ever.
have a better introduction.
You can't. It's impossible.
should we skip into it?
Yeah.
TBT.
This is bad, huh? She looks like Beetlejuice. Is the Migos song a different song?
Yeah, maybe.
Because she was
Yeah, it's
dancing.
a swish, swish.
In my head, she was
Oh, this is
dancing on
Backpack Kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Backpack Kid.
She brought him on?
Yeah.
She did.
On Saturday Night Live.
I mean, to
brought-
be fair, he was huge at the time.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
He invented that dance, and he got no credit for it.
Yeah.
Well, people say though that he did not actually invent the dance; he popularized it.
Really?
He gave no credit to the
Really?
people. Who
I thought
did it.
I literally thought that kid invented it.
Of course, he did.
Because he would be on his Instagram, and that you'd pay him to dance to your song,
Right.
and he would do all these different dances, and that was just one of them. I thought that caught on.
I mean, this is bad.
Oh, this is so bad.
This is bad.
It's embarrassing to watch.
But it was her second performance on this episode that killed everything.
right.
And the only reason I know, because I have no idea what song was what, I just, for some reason, I remember her.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, that was
for
it, because she was
Migos,
dancing on a table.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to go to
Go,
the
yeah,
most
that's
play-
Yeah, you can see the most replay. Whoa. Oh, come on. DJ.
He looks good.
By the way, can I tell you
Yeah,
something?
go ahead.
You should see him in person.
How would you know?
You should see him complimenting your podcast.
In
It's amazing.
person, when he does it, he's incredible. And the Migos knew.
And this did nothing like to hurt the Migos.
Oh,
It's just so embarrassing to watch somebody
And she
who
got
does
that
not.
same
no. Oh no!
She's like, look cool in front of black guys. Look cool in front of black
That's
guys.
exactly what she's
Literally,
thinking.
it should just be on her shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SNL, make some noise. Let's go.
Oh no!
It hurts
no.
to
She's
watch.
like doing the
It hurts to watch.
Oh.
You're so out of your element. Like,
It's painful.
It's painful.
This is like, if they made this performance into a movie, William H. Macy would play Katy Perry.
Yes.
Because it's so uncomfortable and cringe.
Like, what's her face? Who forgot who?
Ashley Simpson?
Ashley Simpson. Yeah.
This was more damaging to Katy Perry than Ashley Simpson
This is
lip
more
syncing.
embarrassing.
Yeah. If you could, she's throwing the fruit around.
Hey, I'm cool. Oh, banana phone.
Banana phone.
Yes. Please.
Hello.
Migos are like, that's not cool, Katie. That's not a cool thing to do. Pretending a banana is a phone is not a cool thing to do, Katie. What are you doing?
But she's not cool.
Yeah, if you told me I had to live as one of the three performances, either Kanye in a Perrier bottle, or Ashley Simpson lip syncing, or Katy Perry with the Migos, I would think Katy Perry with the Migos is the worst.
Yeah.
The worst of all three of those.
I think you're right.
And Ashley comes out on top.
Ashley comes out on top. The Perrier bottle was a weird choice.
It was a weird choice, but it was funny.
Yeah?
I mean, who's that? Who's
And
done
we
that?
still didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was coming.
We were about to find out.
Well, it was right around the corner.
It was right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you thought that was weird.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Let me tell you what I think.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait till you see what I got cooking next. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen.
Poor Katie.
Yeah, I guess, but
She's doing fine right now.
Is she? Is she?
Yes, she got like the Video Vanguard Award at the VMAs, which is the biggest thing. I know, but it's like she's a mom. Like, she's fine.
She's fine.
She looks good.
She's
Remember, we
fine.
saw her up here. We were like,
She still has fans. She has fans.
But I think that she doesn't want to be on that side of the mountain. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, she doesn't want to be in the we appreciate you for what you have done.
She
Right.
wants to be like, my new shit is just as good as the old
No,
shit.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you want my old shit, buy my old album.
That's right.
And they're like, that's the only album we're buying. We're not buying the new album whatsoever.
Yeah, Firework is a classic forever.
What about
I Kissed a Girl, classic
Teenage
forever.
Dream.
Teenage
The
Dream,
one that got
classic
away.
forever.
Roar? Roar
Roar is a classic forever.
or
Hot and Cold.
Another one.
So many.
Those are some dark blues.
what type of building is that?
That's Madison Square Garden.
Oh, those are. She's doing Limp Bizkit numbers, huh?
August. Oh, she's got some time.
Some time.
It's
This should be
August.
sold out.
Yeah, this feels like a day of cop.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're expensive tickets too. That might be a big problem. It's $300 floor seats for Katy Perry right now. I don't think that. What's in the infinity pool? How much does that cost? Yeah, $450.
Oh my God!
Come on, like, let's go
Oh,
90.
those are VIP packages.
Oh, great. Let's go 150 VIP 90 and pack out the place. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you dip down ticket prices and pack the place out
I didn't even know she'd pack the place.
for $90.
Who wants to see Katy Perry that bad?
Let's see how
I
she's
would
doing
want to
with
see her because she'd
credentials.
probably play all those songs.
She
Well, yes,
better
the Lifetimes tour.
She
Yeah.
better. That's the same as the Eras tour.
No. It's different.
No, Lifetime is different than the Eras tour because unlike the Eras tour, the Lifetime tour can't even fill a stadium.
Maybe she'll.
It's like Vanilla Ice and
Ding ding.
yeah.
Maybe she'll do like when I saw Madonna.
Yeah.
She did like she just played all her new shit, and they're like, we want to hear the old shit, and then she just did like a medley of her old songs.
That sucks.
Oh, I was like,
that
what
sucks.
the fuck is this? What are you doing?
That's half a verse. What are you doing?
Oh, we were just pissed. Like nobody wants to hear her new shit.
Bands do that now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said Life is a Mystery, and then you went right into the next song. I want to know what's coming after Life is a Mystery.
Do 20 songs in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's literally what she did.
Yeah.
I've seen Jay-Z do that before, but he also fills it up with just other hits.
I mean,
You know
he's
what I
got
mean?
so
Like,
many hits.
He's
It's
got
like,
so many
how am I
hits
going to get to all these songs?
that sometimes he'll burn through the hits that he's not doing, and you'll go, oh, I wish I could have heard that, but then he also plays other hits, which I think is totally fine.
I mean, when you got stacks of hits, you
Right.
gotta, you know.
I mean, look, he did when he put out, you know, whatever the last album was, the 444 album. He did do a 444 tour, but you knew going in, it's like, look.
Did you see that?
Yeah. I think, didn't you go with me?
Oh, maybe I did.
I think
Did we
that's the
see
one.
Kanye together.
Don't say that.
Oh shit! Did I say that loud?
When I saw
Can you jump out of that?
Did we
place?
go to the rally together?
Yeah, is that the same vibes right now?
Yeah. We went to the Kanye rally.
I saw Kanye a couple times before. I saw the old Kanye a couple times. Say the old Kanye. I think if you say the old Kanye, it's fine.
I think it was like Life of Pablo tour.
I definitely went on the Life of Pablo tour. So
I was there.
Okay, so I went on Pablo tour,
and we saw Jay-Z together.
We saw Jay-Z on. I think it was 444.
Okay.
Because I also saw when Kanye did the tour where he had the mountain. I don't think it was 808s. I think it was whatever came after. It might have been Beautiful Dark, Twisted Fantasy. I think I've seen Kanye 3 times. I've seen Jay-Z like 5 times. But yeah, I think the 444 one was the one that we went to. And he did, I mean, like, it's like, look, I'm playing songs off 444. I will sprinkle in some hits, but I just came out with this album. You guys
Well,
gotta
that's what
cut
you're
me some
supposed
slack.
to do.
Yes.
You going to his casting call?
Jay-Z's cast? He's got a casting
No,
call?
Kanye's.
Oh, no, for what?
I don't think I'm going to the casting call.
You didn't
That's
read about
right.
the casting call?
No, I did read. That's right. And there are certain people that wouldn't be allowed to go.
Yeah, in all caps.
It just hurts to even talk about him anymore.
It does.
I mean, like, what is he doing?
Well, he's got a casting call up. It says,
What?
Mike, what did it say on it?
There's a certain group that's not allowed.
Who?
Hang on. It's been deleted.
Women of a
I think he said no fat
girth.
chicks.
Oh, okay. I thought I was worried about something else.
No, he put
no fat people.
No fat people.
Well, no women or fat people, which, if you
Yeah, the choir is all male. No fat people.
if you do
Should
the
apply.
elementary math.
So no fat chicks.
Yeah. Also, in all caps, must be comfortable wearing swastikas.
Oh, my.
What the fuck?
What is he doing?
Why?
It's a casting call.
Like, why?
You must have the skin complexion of Sean Combs and darker. Shaved heads, or must be willing to shave head if approved. So, Sam, you're in on that. Complexion?
Nope.
Not so much.
I don't know. I wouldn't take you for a Sean Combs.
And also, there were other things that I would be uncomfortable doing that I don't unfortunately qualify.
Is it the swastika thing?
That's what it is. I don't qualify, unfortunately, because I would be very uncomfortable
That's
wearing
fair.
that.
That's fair.
My kids would probably ask me, "Why are you doing that?" And I go, "It's a casting call."
Your producers would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
If I did that, would you be like, "What are you fucking doing?"
I would be like, Sam, what are you doing?
Are we sure he's not making a World War II documentary or something?
That's what I'd say. I think it's a doc.
He's putting together a hooligan choir to give the sound of the Vultures' #1 song, Carnival. All males, no fat people.
You're doing all this to sing songs off Vultures? I mean, come on. It's not even Pablo era. It's not even if it was like stuff off of Ye. It's what? But Vultures?
And then he gives the address. And it says from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fucking email address. So no email.
Oh, fucking email. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So you're not going?
No.
Okay.
No. Unfortunately, I won't be there.
Okay.
And what's this the casting call for? I mean,
I just told you. It's for
The
a
choir.
hooligan choir.
An all-male
and
choir.
He's going to tour with the choir?
I don't know. He's probably just making a video.
Probably making a video.
Yeah.
I saw like what was the swastika? He had like 3 swastikas, like red. And what was that? Is that this?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god! Well,
I keep that off my.
I know it pops up on my screen, and I get upset.
I like when he just did like songs with Coldplay.
Yeah.
You know?
Did a song with Adam Levine. That was sick.
I thought you were
that's
sexy.
probably. I'm gonna be 100% honest. The Adam Levine song is pretty low on my list.
That's a good one. You don't like that one?
Any Adam Levine song is low on my list.
With Kanye?
Just any Adam Levine song.
Isn't that like Nothing's Ever Promised Tomorrow Today?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good song.
That's a great song.
I mean, yeah, but
Adam Levine.
there's a lot above it.
Yeah,
Like
but,
a lot.
But it's up there in good ones.
Yeah.
It's not up. I mean, it's actually low in good. It's a good one, low in the good one category.
I'll still listen to old Kanye.
You're just shitty towards Adam Levine.
Yeah. Because Troy loves him so
Who do you think I'm more shitty towards, Adam Levine or Kanye for what Kanye's doing?
I kind of feel like Adam Levine.
Well, I haven't looked at all of his tattoos. I don't know what's hidden in there.
He's not putting a swastika on him, I'll tell you that much.
I hope not.
Adam Levine?
I hope not. It's crazy times we live in.
It is.
Crazy times. Hey, thank you all for joining us through these crazy times. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.
Greetings and So I take.
You think so?
Yeah, why are we starting the show with this?
Because it just happened. It's just top of mind.
There's so much going on.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I would think we're on the same page with that. You think you solved that problem?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was a little like, really, 750 is when you have to put the big yellow tape across the
Well, and
bathroom?
Troy's aggressive nature kind of took care of that.
You think that's what happened?
I'm very nice to the cleaning lady.
Because sometimes you think you're being nice, but you're not. And we have to tell you, like, that came off threatening, just so you know.
I say
When you say things like, do you really have to do this right now?
Right, because you think you're going like, oh, is this something like they're, like, it's almost like you think you're doing it empathetically and sympathetically, but in reality, it comes across threatening. I've seen you talk to people around here where you're like, oh, is that what you think? And it's like, whoa.
But I'm always saying hi to her. I'm always kind to her.
But you're an intimidating guy.
And there's a power dynamic.
No, there's not.
I don't know how much.
I'm very sweet to the cleaning ladies. All of them. I say hi to all of them.
And the men.
I say hi to all the men, yes.
Men, women, you don't give a fuck. You'll say hi to all of them.
I try to be friendly to the staff around here.
No, but I think and you should. I think we all should, right?
Yeah, they're all great. They're all great, and they work very hard.
But sometimes you forget that you speak sternly at times, and you have a big braided beard.
Okay.
And, you dress like, you wear, like, baggier clothes, too, so it makes you look even bigger. Not like fat big, but like bigger, like intimidating big. Like, you're a big, substantial human being.
What's the problem?
And they're just going like, oh, all right, I'll clean the bathroom whenever you want, sir. And it's like, that's not...
Like, hey, don't you know that I come in here now?
Hey, do you have to do this now? Because this is when I like to pee. No, I don't have to. No, you're right.
No, we just go on the air at 8 o'clock, and why are you cleaning it at like...
Did you tell her you have to go on the air?
She doesn't know what you're doing.
You don't have to. Don't tell her you have to go on the air. Because that's going to come
some
back...
buffoon that's here early.
That's going to come back to me. Oh, one of Sam's guys is like saying, oh, no. We have a show.
Hey,
we need to make sure the bathrooms are wide open. This is like when Howard used to shut down the hallways and everybody started talking. Everybody started yapping.
Is that what you're trying to do?
No, shutting down the hallways is different than having to go to the bathroom before you go on the air.
Do you need me to get a Club Soda Kenny here to walk you to the bathroom? Just to make sure everything's okay?
Can I be honest? I wouldn't mind walking to the bathroom with Club Soda Kenny.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen him.
I love Club Soda.
I miss him.
Me too. I mean, he's in town, right?
No, I know.
I saw him on the street the other day.
Did you?
Was that just totally random?
Totally random.
By the way, I love the idea of seeing Club Soda Kenny on the street because it does strike me as like a 1980s New York City Times Square movie when his head is just towering over the sea of people. Like, you get that down the block. You're like, yep, I know who that is.
I saw him and I just had my arms open and I just embraced him like, come here, buddy.
That's so nice.
I love Club Soda.
That would have made my day.
It made my day.
That's great.
Mr. Quad, how are you?
I love Kenny. And I said, please stop by. We love you. We want to see you.
Yeah. He can stop by on his own.
That's what I said. I said, please swing by.
But also would like to talk to him, catch up with him, go to break. He walks us to the bathroom.
I would love that.
Yeah. I think that'd be great. But so did you talk to the cleaning lady and tell her like you're not allowed to clean?
No, I forget what I said.
Oh my gosh!
I said something like, I was like, can I go quick? We're about to go in the air. She's like, oh yeah, go ahead. And then she stopped cleaning at that time. Why is that, Matt? Why is that a bad thing?
It's just because, like, why would you say something? Why would you? There's so many other bathrooms to use. There's bathrooms all over this place. It's brimming with bathrooms in this place for you to.
There's no reason to clean the bathroom at that time.
She's doing it for you. She's not. She's a lady. She doesn't even use the men's room. She's cleaning it for you, and you're still like, hey, could you change your work schedule around my needs? And going like, I'm being polite.
Individual needs?
Yeah, my individual needs as an individual. Oh, I have to get on the air. It's like,
if she said to me, no, I have to clean it at this time, I'd be like, okay, no problem. I'll go downstairs.
But that's the position that you're putting her in. That's why it's hostile. For her to say, no, I have to do it now.
I mean, she doesn't have a regiment schedule
How
about
do you
when
know?
she's supposed to... Come on.
How do you know?
Because I see her walking
You
around
think
with
you think she's calling her own shots? You see her walking around with the mop. I see her. She's walking around with the mop doing God knows what.
She's probably mopping the floor.
I mean, yeah, that's probably also on her schedule of things to do.
I'm sure that the janitorial staff isn't like, you have to clean the men's room on 36.
You don't call them that. It's facilities. Whatever. You wouldn't say the janitorial staff.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. They wouldn't say you have to clean it at 7:55 every single day. That's what you have to.
But they do probably want to get it clean before a lot of people come in.
Yeah.
So clean it at 8:01.
For you?
She doesn't know what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that come
told
to
her what
work.
I'm doing, and now you're upset about it.
There's a lot of people that come to work at 8. She wants it done right before they get there.
Yeah, nobody wants